derangement syndrome. And
Want to go outside for some fresh air?
Predate
kind of Stanley.
his announcement for election because I
Did
know
some reading on indoor air quality. I think with all the pollution outside, you'd be safe indoors, right?
You'd think.
Not even close. Dust, pollen, mold, weird smells.
That's not good.
We basically live in a toxic waste dump.
Dave.
Trying to live healthy, and I'm just taking all the pollution from outside and pumping it directly into my house.
Dave.
Oh, we're filtering the air, all right. Only we're using my family's lungs to do it.
Dave, so what's the best case scenario?
Best case? Okay, I make one call, an air quality expert comes out to take all that nasty stuff out of the air so we're breathing easy again.
That's best?
Yeah, but...
That's best. Best Home Services. They always have 4 trucks standing by ready to help with your indoor air quality.
Seriously?
You can actually smell the difference.
Wow, harsh, but fair.
When something goes wrong, we're waiting.
Indoor air quality, it really is a thing.
It's a good thing.
We'd like to think a new year wipes the slate clean, but we're realists at Annex Wealth Management. Challenges remain: market volatility, taxes, a pesky virus. It makes you wonder, what's next? Annex Wealth Management is ready to face those issues with you as a fee-only fiduciary with WealthMetric. More than a portfolio review, it addresses your investment, retirement, and tax plan. If you ask, how am I doing? Or more importantly, what am I missing? Visit AnnexWealth.com, click the Get Started button. We're ready. Know the difference. Annex Wealth Management.
Grandpa Joe doesn't want voter ID, but Uncle Sam says we have to do a station ID. 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right, all along.
So is fear.
For a student to be able to enter into the building without a negative COVID test is not fair.
Kayona Payton and other teachers in Chicago refuse to go to school, so classes are canceled again today.
The Chicago public school system says teachers who don't show up won't get paid. Mayor Lightfoot has also announced the city has filed an unfair labor practices complaint against the teachers union.
Fox's Lauren Blanchard. Today, the Supreme Court will consider challenges to President Biden's vaccine mandates.
It's going to chart the course of what kind of government and what kind of America we're going to wake up to.
Louisiana Republican Attorney General Jeff Landry will make his case against them to the justices this morning.
The White House wants them to mandate every healthcare worker who works at a hospital that accepts federal funds, making sure that they get the vaccine. Also, every private business with at least 100 employees would be required to mandate vaccines or implement rigorous testing.
Fox's Kevin Cork. There's a forceful crackdown in Kazakhstan trying to stop protesters. Fox's Simon Owen has an update live.
Dave, Kazakhstan's president has just addressed the nation. Kassym-Jomart Tokayev said he has authorized security forces to shoot to kill protesters without warning. He called them terrorists and bandits. There's been extreme violence this week with 26 protesters and 18 law enforcement officers reported killed. It started with anger over rising gas prices. Russia, meanwhile, has sent troops to Kazakhstan to help put down the unrest. Dave?
Simon, a winter storm has moved up to Virginia, New York, and New England, causing more travel trouble. America's listening. Fox News.
Under siege.
Even the left speaker sounds right when you're listening to 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right, all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Starting to see I-75 picking up out there right around Daniels Parkway and Southwest Florida International Airport to the Airport Direct Connect. Good amount of volume, but not seeing any delays out there. Traffic's moving right around the speed limit, so should be good to go on the interstate all across Southwest Florida. 41, not seeing any major slowdowns as well. We are crash-free right now out across Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties. Getting busier on Colonial Boulevard, just east of I-75 near Forum, and heading through Daniels Parkway toward Treeline Avenue, seeing some slight slowdowns. Collier County, we've got some wet roadways, so you may have a little bit of a slick morning drive heading south of the East Trail toward Marco Island and along Collier Boulevard, even toward Alligator Alley, east of the Toll Plaza, seeing some wet spots. So just take it slow, be extra cautious. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
a few more showers as we head through the remainder of your Friday morning and early Friday afternoon as a weak front passes on through the area, but things will be drying up later on today. Friday evening plans looking quiet after reaching a high near 81 degrees today under a mostly cloudy sky. As we head into tonight, look for some passing clouds. Temperatures cooling to 62 to kick off your Saturday. A few showers, especially south, will be a possibility throughout the day on Saturday and Saturday afternoon, with some breezy weather developing. A high of 82 for tomorrow. Sunday, looking at a high of 84 degrees with more isolated rain and breezy conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need, the host you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596 BACK.
Have you ever had pain down your legs or into your hips and thought, why is this happening? There's a large nerve that comes out of your back that runs down into your leg called the sciatic nerve. This nerve can get compressed by a bulging herniated disc, arthritis, stenosis, or scoliosis. This causes sciatica, which eventually can lead to back, leg, or hip pain, weakness, or numbness. Avoid the band-aids like anti-inflammatories, spinal injections, or painful surgery. Sciatica, as well as bulging disc neuropathy and stenosis, can now effectively be treated with non-surgical spinal decompression at Johnston Spinal Care, 596 BACK. Spinal decompression decompresses the discs and nerves, allowing them to heal. FDA cleared, safe and comfortable. Make a decision to live life without pain. Call my office, Johnston Spinal Care, for a free telephone consultation. 596 BACK. 596 BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
for being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for your support for veterans in the military, educating us, standing up for conservatism, giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. I am so glad you're here, and I'm so glad you're joining us live at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples. If you're watching at drewsteele.com, the website, or you're watching on our stream coming at you live on Rumble, and we appreciate you subscribing to that. That sounded almost like my head popped off my shoulders, but no, it's just my thumb. It's no big deal, but that happens every once in a while. So glad you're joining us this morning. All right, a couple of things. I'm touching myself. I'm pinching myself. I'm just checking if I'm not mistaken. Everything seems fine, right? The constitutional republic is still going. Are we okay after yesterday? Are we still all right? I just want to make sure, everybody, that we're still running. We're still up and running. The country is still fine. Everything is okay, even after the theater, the drama that was yesterday, and that was January 6th, and what we were told is a day that's going to live in infamy. No, I'm not kidding. Comparing it to December 7th, 1941. Who would do something ridiculous like that? Oh, only the vice president, and I've got the proof, and there's more. You know, there's something to be said about what we knew was going to happen yesterday. Everybody knew that we were going to have the drama. Everybody knew that we were going to have all of this play out as theater. Last night, even, they had this candlelight vigil in front of the Capitol, which, by the way, some very, very interesting information coming up on that. You're going to want to stick around for this, because it would be really weird if the people that decided that they were going to put together a candlelight vigil for democracy after the January 6th Palooza, as some people are calling it, was organized by a movement that, well, let's just put it this way, had something to do with helping to create a movement in the past that would have been tormenting Republicans at their homes, and occupying government buildings in the event that Trump should win an election. You know, that would be really weird if Democrats would do, or anybody would organize a candlelight vigil that we're all supposed to believe is a legit vigil that would be created by people who actually hate Donald Trump, hate Republicans, and as a matter of fact, to have dox them right up to that would be really strange. Oh, yeah, I got the proof. So, you come with receipts. That's what you have to do. So we'll get to that coming up this morning. I'm going to upset many of you this morning when I tell you it appears as if one well-known MSNBC host may no longer be on the air. I know some of you are listening and saying to yourself, MS what? Yeah, I don't watch MSNBC, so why do I care? Oh, well, it's another mouthpiece from one of the fake news legacy media outlets that is going bye-bye. And why is a very good question, but I'll give you a hint. Joy Reid. Joy Reid is going to be leaving MSNBC. Is that right? Is it? Well, we're going to find out coming up, so we'll have some of those details. Some of you may be very sad. Some of you may not even know that MSNBC is still on the air. And judging by some of the ratings that have been happening, including the collapse of CNN, there are many people that are wondering, why are we still even talking about them? Well, we're still talking about them because there's a certain amount of people that will take what they put out and put it into, their articles, put it into their Twitter feeds, put it into places on social media where all of a sudden it gets the attention it does not deserve. Okay. Speaking of attention that it does not deserve, today is January 7th. It's the day after January 6th. January 6th was the day after January 5th. That's really it. That's all you need to know. That is your history lesson for today. January 6th is just going to be that. Now, for some, they're going to try to make it even more. They're going to try to make this into December 7th. They're going to compare it to 9/11. I just want you to be aware that there are some people that are doing that. So let's see.
I've said it before.
No, that's not him. All right, that's Joe Biden. Now, here you go. This is...
Certain dates echo throughout history.
The vice president.
Including dates that instantly remind all who have lived through them where they were and what they were doing.
Days that you remember what you were doing and how you lived through them. Okay?
When our democracy came under assault. Dates that occupy not only a place on our calendars.
It's the day after January 5th and the day before January 7th. Just that's where it goes on my calendar, everybody. It's
a place.
Yeah.
In our collective memory.
Okay, here we go.
December 7th, 1941.
She didn't.
September 11th, 2001.
She wouldn't.
And January 6th, 2021.
Of course she did. All right, so there's the drama, the theater. I know. It's you want that theatrical music. You just have to have that behind when the vice president speaks, or when the president speaks, or when Chuck Schumer speaks, or when Jerry Nadler speaks, or especially when Adam Schiff speaks. You always have to have that music. Hey, speaking of Shifty Schiff and Nadler and the rest of them and the Democrats, let's mention something that I think is important in this discussion. January 6th, what happened a year ago. Everybody is aware of what happened. It is strange, just like if masks work, then why don't they work? Just like if vaccines vaccinate, then why aren't they vaccinating? In this case, and you're talking about COVID. And then when we're talking about insurrections, how do you have an insurrection when a year and nobody's been charged with an insurrection? That is a really legitimate question to ask. If you've got one, you probably have the evidence that there is one. But it's weird that nobody's been convicted of an insurrection yet. I'm sure it's just they just need more time, everybody. They just need more video. They need more people to talk about it. That's all they need. No, they don't. There's a reason why they don't have it. But what if you did actually have legitimate challenging of a presidency? What if you actually legitimately had situations where people can look and say, here's something that you're claiming happened, like an insurrection, but you don't have any arrests. You have no evidence of an insurrection. You continue to talk about it as if it did happen. But what if we would have actual evidence of a hoax perpetrated on the American people against a duly elected president? Like actually challenging the legitimacy of a presidency. And Democrats, listen, you know who you are and you know what you did. You know what you did. They didn't just question the election of 2016. They went out there and actively made sure that every single individual in this country and across the globe really believed that there was Russian collusion that was happening, and it was going on, and it was all about making sure that Donald Trump got elected, and to the point where not only the president, but the vice president of the United States pushing and promoting an illegitimate president. Now, in case you're wondering what that sounds like and what that looks like, what does, it's funny, when you think about insurrection and you think about the word, you think about individuals with some kind of firearm or a stick or a rock or whatever, a fire on the end of a stick, or I don't know what it is. It's some kind of sharp object. It could be something like that. And they're rushing and they're taking over a section of a building or an area. Okay, so you have that vision in your mind. Now, what if you were to look at it as an insurrection and say, are there any other kinds? Like, if somebody were to perpetrate a hoax against a duly elected president and went through the process of trying to get him out of office, whether it was the 25th Amendment or whether it was impeachment or something like that, and perpetrated for years and years and years, hey, is that kind of like an insurrection? I mean, it's not really the physical insurrection, but it is kind of, it's something. It's something. Here's the president of the United States, who at the time was a candidate for president of the United States, Joe Biden in New Hampshire, when somebody in the audience was talking about this very topic of the legitimate or illegitimate president of the United States, Donald Trump. Now, a Joe Biden running for office, a Joe Biden who knows full well what happened with the Russia collusion hoax, someone who was there sitting with individuals who was being briefed on everything that was going on. China Joe knows exactly what was going on, right? So you would imagine that somebody would take a moment in time to stop someone from saying something in a crowd like illegitimate president or Russians or Vladimir Putin. You wouldn't run with that, right? Would you?
Severe case of what's called Trump derangement syndrome. And it probably predates his announcement for election, because I know people in New York City who dealt with him years ago. But I have a frustration also with the Democratic Party. So this is more of a comment than maybe a question. It has to do with messaging. I would like to see the party and every candidate come out with a very simple message regarding him. He won the election by 70,000 votes in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan.
Talking about 2016, right?
He won it because he had help by the Russians.
Okay, this is somebody in the audience who's talking to Joe Biden at the time running for office. He won it because he had help from the Russians.
He refuses to do anything to stop that.
All right, now this is 2019. 2019. We're pretty sure by 2019 what's going on here, right? I mean, we're pretty confident about from 2016 to 2019 actually coming down the golden escalator. We're pretty confident what's going on here.
He's failing in carrying out the most basic function to uphold the Constitution.
Which is really fun. Isn't it funny? He's not upholding the Constitution. This is what someone on the campaign trail in 2019 was saying to Joe Biden, was not upholding the Constitution. It is kind of funny when you see some of the polling that's out right now about what people think about the former president of the United States. I'm going to tell you about that in just a little bit, because the number of Democrats and independents in this latest poll is going to shock you. But anyway, here, listen to this.
He is not defending our national security. He has no interest in doing it.
Again, I mean, it's hindsight's 20/20. But boy, I wonder what this person is saying right now with everything that's going on along the southern border and the issues of fentanyl, and how fentanyl is the #1 killer of people ages 18 to 34 in this country. Hey, can I say that again? Fentanyl, the #1 killer of individuals 18 to 34 in this country right now. Is anybody worried about that and how it's getting into the country and who's providing it? By the way, China's really there, but the southern border and how it's getting in. All right, I digress. Listen.
I don't want to live in a country run by Vladimir Putin. I don't think anybody in the country should want that. I don't understand why millions of people don't get that message. And I think every candidate needs to pound that message home again and again and again. He's an illegitimate president in my mind.
All right, so
that's it.
So this is it. Now, Joe Biden on the campaign trail has every opportunity to stop, talk about the issues, talk about what it is specifically that she's talking about the not respecting the Constitution and some of the things, the policies that are going on. So he's got an opportunity right now to put all of this down, to stop with this illegitimate nonsense and everything else, right? So what does he do?
I think all the talk about impeachment and what the Democrats should do, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's theoretical at this point. Let them investigate. Let them subpoena. Let them go to the Supreme Court. He's illegitimate. And my biggest fear is that he's going to do it again with the help of Vlad, his best pal, and we're going to be stuck for 6 more years with this guy.
Okay.
And that is terrifying. It's terrifying.
Would you be my vice presidential candidate?
Folks, look, I absolutely agree. One of the things we have...
Okay, I absolutely agree. There you go. So would you be my vice president? Because, boy, that is some seriously good messaging for Democrats. No. That's exactly what... If you're thinking of an insurrection without using any kind of weaponry, that seems to be it. When you're telling somebody, when you're telling people to the point where you have a voter who is getting lots of applause in the background, saying that the president's illegitimate, in league with Vladimir Putin, help with the Russians, Trump derangement syndrome. I have it. She admits she's got Trump derangement syndrome. Kamala Harris, what about the 2016 claims that the election was illegitimate? Does she have something to say specifically
Elections
about that?
matter. When you win an election, you get to set the rules.
How can you win with Russian interference, though?
That's a real thing.
That's what I'm scared about in 2020.
But rightly.
Because I think he's an illegitimate president that didn't really win. So how do you fight against that in 2020?
You are absolutely right.
She's absolutely right. Absolutely right. So the president and the vice president have been doing this for a very, very long time. So please help us out here. Never had the evidence. There was no evidence of Russian interference. There isn't any. As a matter of fact, there's plenty of interference about what actually did happen and who was involved with Hillary Clinton. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? What is it? What's the hashtag that everybody's using when it comes to Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein and the Clinton, I forget what that's called. Somebody has the hashtag. I don't know. Somebody was texting me a little earlier yesterday about this, where you don't want to say too much about Hillary because you never know what's going to happen. But anyway, no evidence that there was any Russian interference with any votes. But it didn't really stop Democrats from doing this. And it went into overdrive. You had people that were literally destroying cities right after the election. Doesn't anybody remember that in 2016? You had electors that were harassed, hate emails. There were death threats going on. The Hillary campaign sitting back and watching all of this unfold, all of the issues that were going on with Russia collusion. You had Sheila Jackson Lee in 2017, January 6th, saying at least 10 Democrats would be challenging the validity of the Electoral College votes in multiple states. Hey, does anybody remember that? Does anybody remember the challenging of the Electoral College votes? Listen, there's a lot to unpack here, and we're going to play some of the audio coming up from yesterday and the theater and the nonsense and some of the things that the president said. But make no mistake about a couple of different things. Number one, the theater is going to continue as long as there is a willing mainstream fake news legacy media that is going to continue to perpetuate all the lies of January 6th, which they will continue to do because they're going to get it into the congressional record. They're going to try to make it something that's going to be teachable moments in schools. Oh, yes, they will. Yes, they will. If you think CRT and diversity, equity, and inclusion in schools is bad and you're not allowed to talk about that, oh, just wait, because districts are going to make sure that January 6th is going to be a solemn day in schools all across America, and it's going to be taught the way they want to, the history that they want to portray to our kids. You've got that issue. Now you have the issue of how we can't ever let this happen again. And so what's the big change? That's where the Electoral College, the election changes, the voting rights changes that the Democrats want to do that we're going to describe in detail coming up this morning because it's another thing to remember. But also the fact that when it comes to a lot of what we are going to see moving forward, the one thing that is important about elections in 22 and 24 is going to be about will Democrats be satisfied ever again with an election where Republicans win? I know that sounds provocative. I know that sounds hyperbolic to some people, but I want you to think about this for a second. Why would a Democrat think that any election from now on is going to be legit to the point that if a Republican legitimately gets voted president of the United States or governor of the state, that they should sit back and accept it? Why? That's an interesting question that we're going to dig into this morning. We got State Rep Bob Rommel's going to be here because we're going to talk about House Bill 1055. I told you we were going to do cameras in classrooms, and we've got a bill filed, everybody. Cameras in our classrooms here across the state. So we've got that bill filed and so much more we're going to get to. Live from Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples. We always appreciate you stopping by, grabbing a cup of coffee, hanging out with us. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
This Fox Business Report is presented by the Darda Real Estate Group at dardagroup.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Wall Street investors apparently still rattled by the news that the Fed is ready to cut economic stimulus sooner rather than later. The Dow slid about 171 points Thursday. Surging COVID cases have some airlines cutting flights.
Alaska Airlines will be slashing flights by about 10% for the rest of January as it deals with unprecedented numbers of employees calling in sick due to COVID. The move by the Seattle-based carrier is similar to a decision last week by JetBlue Airways to cut about 1,300 flights through mid-January. Hillary Barsky, Fox News.
And BMW's unveiled a sedan that actually changes colors. Electrical signals cause the e-ink technology embedded in the paint to bring different color pigments to the surface. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jill Nato, invested in you.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Available at Navage.com.
Look and feel your best with Dr. Patrick Flaherty, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Want to hear the latest from an expert? Tune in Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear all the latest innovations in non-surgical, surgical, and lifestyle ideas to help you look and feel your best. Dr. Patrick Flaherty is known for his faces, the fabulous Azul Spa, and now you get your hour with this doctor every Saturday at 10 a.m. Dr. Patrick Flaherty's show is Look and Feel Your Best, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Tune in this Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear how to look and feel your best.
Have you heard them yet? Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, today at noon, right after Glenn Beck. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Live at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road here in beautiful Naples, as we are each and every first Friday of the month. We love being here, and a big thank you. Hey, could we have a nice round of applause and a big thank you to the staff getting up extra early today for opening up an hour earlier so we can all enjoy a great breakfast here live at Oaks Farm Seed to Table, locally owned by our friend Alfie Oaks. Seed to Table has it all 9 different spots throughout the store. You can order hot food, enjoy it right here, or take it out for later. Fresh, made here at Seed to Table. Sushi, pasta, pizza, hot sandwiches, tacos, salads, subs, organic foods, the freshest juice and smoothies from the juice bar. And, of course, maybe you're here this morning with some great fresh ground coffee, lattes from the coffee bar, and a delicious hot breakfast ready to go, including favorites like farm fresh eggs, breakfast burritos, one of a kind. Everybody who stops by and sees it for the first time says there's nothing like it. I don't know if it could ever be duplicated. It is certainly special, and we're so happy that you're here joining us live at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road for our first Fridays of the month. All right, some stories we're keeping an eye on this morning as well. Hey, is the NFL talking? Did you hear about this, Mike Moody? Did you hear that the NFL is talking about moving the Super Bowl? That they're considering moving it from California, from the non-free communist state of California, to the pretty free red state of Texas? Is that right? Are they going to... What, now, why in the world would they all right, now we know why they're doing this, right? I guess it's because they've got these draconian COVID laws going on in California. And the NFL is like, I don't know if we're really going to be able to do the kind of things that. Hey, is there anybody? Hey, how about Texas? Is Texas good? Can we do that? That's really strange. It's funny how the NFL moves from communist states to free states. It's maybe more people should think about doing that in the future. Florida's a good one, by the way.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Are you ready to list your home for sale? What if you could receive a guaranteed offer on your home with no showings, no open houses, and no stress? Contact the Darda Group at dardagroup.com to learn about their guaranteed offer. The Darda Group has 30 years of experience and consistently ranks in the top 3% of real estate agents in Lee County. Find out if your home qualifies for a guaranteed offer and how you may receive an offer in as little as 24 hours and close escrow in as little as 21 days. No home prep, no showings, no open houses. You control when your home is sold and when you move. Learn more about this elite real estate team and the guaranteed offer at dartagroup.com. Don't wait. Schedule an appointment at dartagroup.com. That's dartagroup.com. A Compass Realty broker.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning. You might have seen our matte gray trucks with blue and white lettering on the road. Just know that in every truck you see, there's a certified technician who is trained to repair your system, not to sell you a system. As always, you can shop with us online at getpureair.com. Also, please join me every Saturday at 11:30 for the Get Pure Air radio show. I'll be talking about everything from air conditioning maintenance to troubleshooting tips.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. You know, when I was a kid, you could drive a go-kart down Cypress Lake Drive and never pass a car. Now, I can't even see the sidewalk from the traffic. Southwest Florida has really grown, and the choice for air conditioning contractors has grown with it. When you're looking for a contractor, find a local family-owned business with the owner as the license holder. Use only companies with NATE certified mechanics, the only true certification in this business. Use families that invest locally and not conglomerates owned by some foreign international company. In other words, use Kobe Cooling. Call us at 239-482-1542. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949, locally owned and operated.
Hey guys, it's Robbie Raw. As an RN and health and fitness expert, I know that self-care from head to toe is so important for a healthy, fit lifestyle. One of my secrets for staying active, fit, and pain-free are my amazing arch supports from the Good Feet store. It's not just about which shoes you wear, it's what's in them and how your body aligns from your feet on up. I'm telling you, these were a game changer for me. I am as active as ever, and I feel like myself again. If you have foot pain, knee, hip, or back pain, the first thing you should do is visit the Good Feet store for a free personalized fitting and test walk. I'm not going to stop living my best life anytime soon, nor should you. To be the best version of you, you need to take care of yourself, and the Good Feet store can make that happen. And by the way, when you feel great, you look great. And
New
that's the
coronavirus
raw
cases
truth.
have doubled
Learn
in
more
1 week
and
in North
find
and
the
South
location
America, according
nearest
to the
you
World Health
at
Organization. The Supreme
goodfeet.com.
Court today hears arguments about whether President Biden's proposed coronavirus vaccine mandates can be enforced.
The White House wants to mandate every healthcare worker who works at a hospital that accepts federal funds, making sure that they get the vaccine. Also, every private business with at least 100 employees would be required to mandate vaccines or implement rigorous testing.
Fox's Kevin Cork. The monthly jobs reports released by the Labor Department at 8:30 Eastern this morning.
Economists surveyed by the Wall Street Journal estimate that U.S. employers added jobs at a faster clip in December. The report will show a gain of around 420,000 jobs, up from 210,000 in November, with the unemployment rate ticking down to 4.1% from 4.2% in November.
Fox's Hillary Barsky. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News traffic.
Delays and roadblock along US 41 heading south through Fort Myers because of a crash near the intersection of Crystal Drive. So watch for delays. You can take Metro Parkway or McGregor Boulevard as some alternate routes. Also in Buckingham, right near Buckingham Field, we have a crash with roadblock along Buckingham Road. That's right near the intersection of Astoria Boulevard, causing mostly northbound delays as traffic's trying to get by in that area. 75, though, all clear across Southwest Florida. We're not seeing any major slowdowns on the interstate. No problem spots out there. Alligator Alley's running up to speed if you're taking a ride toward the East Coast this morning. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For a few more showers as we head through the remainder of your Friday morning and early Friday afternoon as a weak front passes on through the area, but things will be drying up later on today. Friday evening plans looking quiet after reaching a high near 81 degrees today under a mostly cloudy sky. As we head into tonight, look for some passing clouds. Temperatures cooling to 62 to kick off your Saturday. A few showers, especially south, will be a possibility throughout the day on Saturday and Saturday afternoon with some breezy weather developing. A high of 82 for tomorrow. Sunday, looking at a high of 84 degrees with more isolated rain and breezy conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
If you're moving, selling, or purchasing furniture and need help getting it home, there are a lot of moving companies to choose from. But wait, all moving companies are not created equal. Sure, if you're moving your college students' furniture, hiring young movers is fine. But if you're moving highly valued items, you need Rice's Moving and Transport. They meticulously pad wrap everything and secure your valuables and gently pack, transport, and set them up. Rice's Moving and Transport employs skilled professional movers who respect your belongings, not just young hunks who can lift heavy things. Moving is stressful enough. Don't stress about hiring the right moving company. Here's what Teresa in Naples said about Rice's Moving and Transport. I was so impressed when your moving crew came to my home. They politely introduced themselves by name. Seems small, but it made an impression. When you need help moving, trust Rice's Moving and Transport. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit LDTlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. LDTlaw.com.
Tavern on the Bay is the first choice for lunch, dinner, and everything sports. Sit back on their beautiful waterfront patio. Enjoy happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $2 off all drafts and $5 select cocktails. Don't miss Tavern's Twisted Trivia Night Thursdays at 7. And as always, brunch on the Bay every Sunday with bottomless mimosas and Bloody Marys. The best food and the best views are on the Bay. Tavern on the Bay, across from Tin City, Naples.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
We are live. Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in beautiful Naples. Thank you so much for being here this morning with us, hanging out at Oaks Farm Seed to Table, an amazing, amazing place. If you're getting ready for the weekend, you got to come over here and check out Oaks Farm Seed to Table. Of course, it's not even fair to compare it to any place else. And if you've been here before, you know how true that is. It's a one-stop shop for everything you need. Produce doesn't get any fresher. You can pick everything you need right here at Seed to Table. The freshest greens and vegetables, perfect for salads, sweet fruit baking, and Seed to Table's great fresh-made guacamole and salsa. Maybe you want that. In-store bakery at Seed to Table, one-of-a-kind bakery treats, all your favorite desserts, and so much more right here at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in beautiful Naples. All right, a couple of things. Jake, I've got something special for you this morning, Jake. You're not going to believe this. This is something that is big and special, and I need you to be listening for this. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, listen carefully. This is a big one. Listen to this, everybody. All right, let's see. Here we go.
Taco Bell just launched a subscription service that sends customers a taco every day for a month. Well, it looks like we're about to go through another toilet paper shortage.
Oh, all right. That's not really... Okay, that's enough. All right. But anyway, Jake, how about that, Jake? Taco Bell's doing a $10 a month subscription service. So I thought you might be excited to hear about that. It's an exciting moment in Jake's life. Is that? No, that's not true. That's one of the things. You know, I give you credit because you have been, with the exception of Jake, with the exception of the very consistent breakfast of a Slim Jim and possibly something frozen like the White Castle out of the break room. You've been pretty responsible with your eating lately. I mean, it's like Seed the Table, because you were here a couple of weeks ago with us live, and I think it changed your world when it comes to the availability of fresh foods, right? So you've been very good with that, right? Isn't your eating getting better?
No.
Okay.
You lied.
You know what? I tried to lie for you, but it's just not working. All right. See, that's what I love about Jake. It's the honesty, everybody. That's what it is. Even when you try to cover for him, it's really about honesty. Honesty is the best policy. I tell my son that. Hey, speaking of my son, Mike Moody was just here asking me about it was Wednesday was my birthday. Thank you very much. You can stop the applause now. You can stop the applause. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. All right, wow, I'm really reaching for the cheap applause today. All right, so Wednesday was my birthday, and Mike Moody wanted to know what I got for my birthday. And so I decided, thank you, okay. So I decided to do a family gift, something we could do together. And I don't know how many of you have caught on to this craze or are doing this, but I purchased for the family a record player, vinyl. We're playing vinyl in the house only, listening to music. Anybody have a record player playing vinyl? Anybody? All right, a couple of people. Good. Vinyl will change your life. The way it sounds, it's just incredible if you get the right players. It's amazing. And the funny part is that when I bought it and we got this for the birthday, and we decided as a family that every night instead of TV that we would listen to the record player and we'd kind of hang out, maybe read or whatever. This was going to be something we were going to try. The problem is because I received the record player just the day before yesterday, you can imagine that the buying of the record player and the supply chain issues of getting vinyl to your house at the same time has been a little challenging. So the only two records I have right now, and this is the honest truth. This is just I'm as honest as Jake is right now. This is the honest truth. The only two records I have in the house is Benny Goodman's Swing Music and Arthur Fiedler's Boston Pops. I don't know if anybody has any clue what that is, but it's the only vinyl I have. So my son is getting fed, what is it, blue skies shining on me, nothing but blue. So he's hearing all that, and we're doing swing music in the middle of the living room. That's it. That's what he's got. So I don't know how long the vinyl craze is going to go for my 13-year-old, how long he's going to be able to withstand this and think that that's the only thing you're allowed to play on the record player. But we're gonna give it a shot. Who knows? We'll see. All right, 239-479-5592. Forget about tacos. Forget about record players. Let's get to some important issues. All right, a couple of things in case you missed it yesterday. The whole January 6th. Okay, fine. I wanted to mention this because I kind of teased it a little earlier. So they had this. Well, let me play some audio. Okay, good. Let me do this. Some of the January 6th theater. Just in your mind, think record player is playing some kind of 1950s soap opera music behind the scenes, and you got the President of the United States. Okay,
this police were assaulted. Lives at risk. The nation's capital under siege.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, hold on. Keep going.
This wasn't a group of tourists. This was an armed insurrection.
This wasn't a group of tourists. It was an armed insurrection. Oh, by the way, at the same time when he is saying that, my mother-in-law, who is absolutely awesome, she is a Constitution-loving, Kentucky-living, 1960 Dodge pickup truck driving. I'm not kidding. It's all true. She is amazing, and she's live texting me as everything is going on. And she texts me a picture, and I don't know how many of you have seen this, of the still photo that was created into an amazing meme, the photo of the insurrectionists entering Statuary Hall in between the velvet ropes. Have you seen that picture? It was on CNN where they're all like, the insurrectionists staying within the ropes as they're walking into the, so it's kind of funny. All right, keep going here.
They weren't looking to uphold the will of the people. They were looking to deny the will of the people. They weren't looking to uphold a free and fair election. They were looking to overturn one.
He sounds angry.
They weren't looking to save the cause of America. They were looking to subvert the Constitution.
Subvert the Constitution. Dun, dun, dun. All right, what else? Anything else?
To me, the true patriots were the more than 150 Americans who peacefully expressed their vote at the ballot box.
Yeah, there you go. That's the patriots are the ones who express themselves at the ballot box. Now, there may have been some extra ballots here and there. I mean, I think, a mail-in thing, it's okay. It happens. Nothing to see here. Everything is fine. I mean, nothing to say and nothing to talk about when it comes to the really odd reaction of many people in different states and the changing of laws on the fly and saying, hey, it's 10 o'clock. You guys tired? We don't want to count anymore. We'll count tomorrow. And, all these kind of things that were going on. Real legit stuff, but we're not allowed to talk about any of those election issues. But so there's the President of the United States with. And one more thing, it's not hyperbole when he says what?
I've said it before. We're facing the most significant test of our democracy since the Civil War. That's not hyperbole. Since the Civil War.
No. That's exactly what hyperbole. I think if you look hyperbole up in the dictionary, that's the example that they give right there. The Civil War example from the President of the United States. But here's something that I thought was very interesting. Yesterday they had a candlelight vigil for democracy being held right there on the Capitol steps as people are describing it, J6-a-Palooza. And it was organized by a group called Movement Catalyst. Now, you may not know who Movement Catalyst is, but it doesn't make a difference. I mean, these are people that care about the Constitution. They care about the rule of law. These are individuals that care about our democracy. By the way, we're not a democracy. We're a constitutional republic. Let's just get that straight. We're a constitutional republic. We're not a democracy. But I know they keep saying this and interchanging, but that's okay. We'll move on. So the Movement Catalyst. So what about this? It was Kyle Schiedler, who is a counterterrorism and security expert with the Claremont Institute. And he kind of looked into this group and said, so if you're going to put together an organization on the Capitol steps and you care about democracy and its candlelight vigil for democracy, why would you go to the Movement Catalyst into people? Why would you go to that group? Well, he looked into it and he said, who's the leader of this group? Well, funny enough, he goes to the leader of the group. Now, it says the Movement Catalyst will host a candlelight vigil at the National Mall. Movement Catalyst is a social movement support hub. The vigil will be held for democracy and in remembrance of the, quote, attack on democracy that occurred on January. Okay, you get the idea. So he goes and he looks up who this individual who's running this is. It's Liz Butler. She co-founded Shut Down DC. Shut Down DC. Why does Shut Down DC sound familiar? Well, here's why it sounds familiar, everybody. Because that's the same group that went right after Representative Josh Hawley's wife, if you remember, and held a call where they discussed occupying government buildings in the event that Donald Trump should win the election, which seems kind of weird because if you were to do that and you were going to organize and have this candlelight vigil, why would you do it and organize it with people that you know certainly aren't ones who necessarily follow things when it comes to the constitutional republic and rule of law and doesn't mind occupying government buildings if Trump's elected, and they're not going to occupy it because they want to have a cheering section for the president. No, they want to do quite the opposite and cause some problems. So there's that. But nothing to see here. I mean, Shut Down D.C., I'm sure, is a legitimate organization where everything is legitimately legitimate. And that's all we care about is the legitimacy of the legitimacy that is legitimate. And if it is, then it's legit. So there you go. So there's a little bit of that going on. What else did we find out? Hey, by the way, a little bit of audio from 2017, just to remind everybody the reaction that we had of the election of Donald Trump as president of the United States 2017. A little bit of audio for you here.
Everyone gathered here in Washington today came to celebrate President Trump's inauguration. Protesters lined part of the parade route, and in some parts of the Capitol, there were confrontations with police.
Oh, really? There were confrontation with police? Really? I thought everything was nearly nice and calm, and everything was fine, and everybody thought that Donald Trump was a legit. Oh no, that's not the way it was. Just trying to reminisce. You know, we have to go back sometimes in time and remember some of the things that happened and didn't happen, and some of the things that were considered to be legitimate, and then some of the things that may not have been. So there's a little bit of twisting and turning when it comes to January 6th. But that's okay. Later on, we'll talk about some of the things that Liz Cheney, I guess, apparently said last night on Special Report with Bret Baier, and some of the lies that Liz Cheney... Did Liz Cheney lie to Bret Baier on Special Report last night? Apparently she did. So we might have some of that audio coming up this morning. But some really good audio from the great governor of the great state of Florida, the free state of Florida, Ron DeSantis. He had some things to say. Like, I don't know, how many of you had a chance to hear what Governor DeSantis said about January 6th? Did you all hear this? You're going to love the audio coming up because it was spot on and he nailed it once again. And so we'll get to that audio coming up in just a bit. All right, 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching, subscribing to the podcast and to our channel on Rumble. Live from Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples. It's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along. Let's find out what's going on with traffic. We got traffic? Do we have traffic? I don't hear any. Yep, we do have traffic. All right, Teresa O'Shea's got it.
Delays and roadblock along US 41 heading south through Fort Myers because of a crash near the intersection of Crystal Drive. So watch for delays. You can take Metro Parkway or McGregor Boulevard as some alternate routes. Also in Buckingham, right near Buckingham Field, we have a crash with roadblock along Buckingham Road. That's right near the intersection of Astoria Boulevard, causing mostly northbound delays as traffic's trying to get by in that area. 75, though, all clear across southwest Florida. We're not seeing any major slowdowns on the interstate. No problem spots out there. Alligator Alley's running up to speed if you're taking a ride toward the East Coast this morning. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For a few showers set to continue as we head throughout the remainder of this morning. Things will be drying up, though, as we head into this afternoon as a weak front passes through the area. High of 81 degrees. Few passing clouds as we head into your Friday night, but we will be quiet with a low of 62 waking up on your Saturday. A few showers and breezy conditions for tomorrow with the high of 82. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. The electrical panel is the heart of your home's electrical system. Malfunctions can lead to hazards like fire or power outages, leaving your home at risk or in the dark altogether. So trust our teams at Mr. Sparky to get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $200 off a panel replacement.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company. But all the roofers were so overwhelmed they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, 4 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free tolerance inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. Call Papa now for our free tolerance inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free tolerance inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. License number CCC 1326213.
At Duncan's Diamonds, we are obsessed with finding you a diamond as unique as your love. As direct diamond importers, we traveled the world to find pieces of unbeatable value and quality. We have 30 times the selection of a typical jewelry store. From enchanting engagement rings to previously enjoyed Rolex timepieces, we have a special something for everyone.
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan from Duncan's Diamonds. We have an unparalleled passion for bringing you the best in diamonds and jewelry. We're here to make the spectacular manageable with expert guidance, exceptional discounts, and unmatched financing programs.
With no middleman, we're able to offer prices 30 to 40% below the rest.
We will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on it. Come see us today.
Duncan's Diamonds. It's worth the drive to give the gift of a lifetime.
US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Naples at Mercado.
Tavern on the Bay is the first choice for lunch, dinner, and everything sports. Sit back on their beautiful waterfront patio. Enjoy happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $2 off all drafts and $5 select cocktails. Don't miss Tavern's Twisted Trivia Night Thursdays at 7. And as always, brunch on the Bay every Sunday with bottomless mimosas and Bloody Marys. The best food and the best views are on the Bay. Tavern on the Bay, across from Tin City, Naples.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, we are live at Oaks Farm Seed, the table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples once again as we do our first Fridays, every first Friday of the month. And we are so happy to be here. A lot of details on all the things that are going on here at Oaks Farm Seed, the table. You're going to love this place, of course, if you've never been here before. And it is a place that has known and been on top of the constitutional republic that we are, the freedoms and liberties that we should be able to enjoy as the rest of the country has been going crazy in some places. Southwest Florida has been solid with leadership from the governor of the state of Florida, Ron DeSantis, no doubt about it, and a lot of local politicians who have been on it and have been doing an amazing job. State Rep Bob Rommel is going to join us coming up at about 7:35 this morning because I want to talk to him more about House Bill 1055 that he has presented to the legislature this year. I said to people that I thought it was very important that we make sure that we recognize that there are some problems that we have in our schools, and whether it is bullying or whether it's teaching CRT or whether it is some of the stories that I'm about to tell you this morning, that make it known that there's no reason anymore, no reason, everybody, why we shouldn't be able to know and see exactly what's being taught in the classroom. I want to see it. I want to hear it. I want to know what's going on. And knowing how CRT is being taught and knowing about diversity, equity, inclusion, and how it's being included into a lot of our curriculum, and how many times we don't get the chance to hear how teachers are teaching. And because we don't, then they're able to slip it in without people knowing, because then they'll deny that there's anything that's going on in the classroom. No. Those days are over. And with the bill that has been presented to the House, the opportunity to have cameras in classrooms, microphones in classrooms, I'd love to know why this would be a problem. A public building, public education, the public should be able to see and hear what's going on. And so we're going to talk to Representative Bob Rommel about the fact that he has put this together and this House Bill 1055. So we'll get into that a little bit this morning, especially on the heels of what is a disturbing story out of the state of Florida, where we come to find out just the day before yesterday that a Florida principal was arrested because he failed to report child abuse in the classroom to authorities. It happened in Hillsborough County, and I'm going to describe the story later on this morning, because he failed to report the child abuse, and why would he do that? He was doing that because he was trying to protect the teacher and what the teacher was doing in the classroom, and nobody had said anything. He ignored it, even though the abuse happened in the classroom. You realize if there was a camera in that classroom, we would have been able to see that and stop that from happening and make sure that doesn't happen. So another reason why, and we're going to get into that story with Representative Rommel coming up this morning. I think it's an important one to talk about, so we'll get to that. Also, just in case people are wondering, I kind of teased this a little earlier. The Washington Examiner had this story. Hey, I wonder how former President Trump's approval ratings are doing right now. Have they increased or decreased since leaving office? If you had to guess, how many of you in the audience here at Oaks Farm Seed to Table think it's increased? How many of you think increased? How many of you think it's decreased? Any of you think it's decreased? It's okay. You don't have to be shy. If you do think that, it's all right. So apparently, his ratings have increased since he left office a year ago, and nearly 9 in 10 Republicans now have a favorable view of him, which you may say, all right, that seems logical. In dual surveys on Thursday showing Trump's rise and successor Biden's fall, 52% of voters told Rasmussen that they have a favorable impression of the former president. 47% don't, and among Republicans, it's 85%. With 63 declaring a very favorable opinion, 23% of Democrats, 51% of independents agree. 23% Democrat and over 50% of independents agree. Well, that seems kind of odd. You might say that it's because people have realized some of the policies that were going on before that worked, and some of the things that they would like to have seen continue might have been a nice thing to have. And now, unfortunately, the hindsight is 2020 kind of look. It means that, and it's one of those things to watch, because it really is going to be interesting to see how 24 shakes out, and whether or not it's going to be former President Trump's to lose if he decides to run again. And all indications from everybody I talk to seems to be that, yeah, it's a done deal. It's going to happen. So how early he makes that decision, and whether or not people are going to be looking to join in to be part of what will be the primary season, whether or not there will be people that are going to decide that if he does run that they won't. It's going to be an interesting season, but even before that, 22 is something that we're going to watch as well. All right, 239-479-5592. When we come back, lots of stories to talk about, including we'll get to this Florida story. We're also going to get to how Democrats are doing it again, everybody. They are, it seems like they're snatching defeat out of the jaws of victory. Is that possible? Are Democrats doing that? I'll explain how that's possible. Live from Oaks Farm Seed to Table, the corner of Livingston and Immokalee in Naples.
92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career, including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East, would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
When you donate to the American Red Cross, a vehicle is more than a car. We accept cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, RVs, and more. Any vehicle in almost any condition, whether they start or not. But did you know it can also be good for your wallet? By donating your car, you could qualify for a tax deduction. To learn more or to donate a vehicle today, call 855-927-2227 or visit redcross.org/car donation.
Well, he moved early. That's going to draw the yellow flag.
Offsides, number 72, 5 yard.
Check out this fan leaving the game. He's headed straight up the middle and right into a sobriety checkpoint. Let's see how he handles it.
No, officer, I haven't been drinking. I'm the designated driver.
Upon further review, this fan made the right call by being a designated driver.
Sign up to be the designated driver at the stadium and always buckle up. You could follow your favorite NFL team to the Super Bowl, provided as a public service by the station and Team Coalition.
You heard us right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right, all along.
It's a big day at the Supreme Court. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and the big issue considered
whether or not the federal government can intrude upon the lives of American citizens and force them into medical procedures against their will.
Republican Louisiana Attorney General Jeff Landry will argue before the court against the Biden vaccine mandate on companies with at least 100 workers.
The justices will also hear arguments about the president's executive order mandating healthcare workers at facilities receiving federal Medicare and Medicaid dollars to be fully vaccinated unless eligible for a medical or religious exemption.
Fox's Jared Halpern. We've now hit 300 million COVID cases in this pandemic. The U.S. has the most in the Johns Hopkins tally with a record 3.4 million just the past 4 days. The vaccines have made many infections milder, but hospitalizations have also risen. A showdown over COVID as Chicago schools closed the third straight day, frustrating parents.
It just feels like it's coming out of nowhere, and it's just really devastating.
Many teachers fear schools aren't safe and refuse to go, so they may not be paid, while the district refuses to switch to remote learning. We'll get the jobs report next hour, expected to show increased hiring last month. President Biden will react afterward, then travel to wildfire-charred Colorado. Fox's Jessica Rosenthal has more live.
Dave, the governor, Jared Polis, is expected to join the president, as is Democratic Congressman Joe Neguse, as he tours some of the damage. The towns of Louisville and Superior were devastated in Boulder County. Officials say more than $500 million in damage occurred as the fire destroyed more than 1,000 homes. And economic damage was still being assessed for the businesses that were destroyed and damaged. While 2 people were still missing after last Friday's fire, officials say they have found partial human remains of an adult at one location, Dave.
Jessica, after blanketing Tennessee, a winter storm is moving up the East Coast, Virginia to New England, and there are a lot of flights canceled, more than 2,200. America's listening to Fox News.
This Fox News update is presented by Freedom Dental of Fort Myers. Online at freedomdentalftmyers.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Dealing with a crash right now in East Naples, right off of Santa Barbara and Radio Row near the intersection of Devonshire Boulevard and Belleville Boulevard. Possible injuries with that crash right near Berkshire Village, so watch for some delays. Also dealing with a crash still near Buckingham Field along Buckingham Road, causing some slight delays and possible roadblocks still nearby. I-75 all clear out there this morning. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For a few more showers as we head through the remainder of your Friday morning and early Friday afternoon as a weak front passes on through the area, but things will be drying up later on today. Friday evening plans looking quiet after reaching a high near 81 degrees today under a mostly cloudy sky. As we head into tonight, look for some passing clouds. Temperatures cooling to 62 to kick off your Saturday. A few showers, especially south, will be a possibility throughout the day on Saturday and Saturday afternoon with some breezy weather developing. A high of 82 for tomorrow. Sunday, looking at a high of 84 degrees with more isolated rain and breezy conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Find conservative sanity and Sean Hannity at rightallalong.net. 92.5 Fox News is streaming live around the clock.
No more clutter. That's when you make things happen, so resolutions can become reality. Give your family a gift for the future. A beautiful new space, reimagined by our designers and you. Your home rejuvenation from Closet Factory comes with less stress and better rest included. Our business is designed around you. Whether in person or virtual, creating a perfect space for you is our goal. That's how we build it at Closet Factory.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking about my friends at Amco of Bonita Springs, 992-2626. That's 992-2626. Whatever is going on with your vehicle, they will fix it and fix it right. They are a great conservative business. And I can tell you they have a great local reputation for doing good work. And they also have an awesome customer base. It's been established over the past 13 years. So give them a call at 239-992-2626 so you can arrange to meet with them. Let them know you heard about it right here on 92.5 Fox News and Drew Steele. By the way, talk about great conservatives. They've built the American Spirit Movement, a place where conservative consumers and businesses can connect in 5 critical areas. You know, you've got your vote, but you also have your wallet, the cash register, supporting conservative businesses. So go to the American Spirit Marketplace. You can keep conservative dollars in conservative pockets. Block by block, city by city, states by state. We're going to build this up. Go to the American Spirit Movement website at americanspiritmovement.com. It's more than a conservative movement. It's a conservative awakening.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it. Guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do.
Thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're here live at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in beautiful Naples. We are here each and every first Friday of the month, and so thankful to Alfie Oaks for allowing us to be here, and very thankful for the staff here at Oaks Farm Seed to Table, an amazing staff getting up extra early to open up so that we can all enjoy breakfast and coffee and be together. It's just a magical place. There's no doubt about it. You know Oaks Farm from their amazingly fresh fruits and vegetables. And also, you need to check out the Farm Fresh Butcher's Shop featuring Braveheart Angus beef, Navy Evings, the prime rib, perfect for entertaining. Captain Jerry seafood selection, farm-raised salmon fillets, wild Chilean sea bass, and the freshest wild Gulf shrimp. Complete it all with the deli and cold sides, maybe some fine cheeses, all right here at Oaks Farm Seed to Table, including the sit-down restaurant you can eat in or take out. It is an amazing place, Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road right here in beautiful Naples. All right, so a couple of other things that are going on this morning. The governor had a couple of things to say, not only about January 6th and his thoughts on it. We're going to get to that audio in just a bit. But he did make an announcement yesterday that has to do with COVID-19, and COVID tests. We have been hearing a lot about testing, and we need to test, but it's very hard to get an at-home test. How many of you have tried to get an at-home test anywhere in Southwest Florida? Have you tried to get a test at all? All right, not many of you. All right, so good for you. But it is a hard thing to get. But he did make an announcement on what he would like to do about those tests, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. Although yesterday, Jen Psaki was asked about the governor, and listen, many people have been talking about the fact that at this moment in time, when it comes to the vid, and it comes to what is going on and with Omicron and what it is and is not, and this whole notion of there being some flu-rona now, this new thing, this new dun-dun-dun, this new the flu and the Rona together. How do you do that? How does that happen? Well, we explained yesterday that it's really no special anomaly or anything like that. It's a dual testing that's been going on. And they have dual tests, and they're able to test for influenza A and B, and they're also able to tell if you've got COVID. So you could possibly have both in the same testing, and how outrageous this is. But even the NIH in 2019 was talking about how this could happen. And so there's nothing to see here. And Omicron, as many people are talking about, is almost like nature's vaccine. It's almost like the natural vaccination of what has been the different variants of the COVID-19 virus from the start, and how we're starting to see it spike up in cases and the number of cases and the number of people that are getting these flu-like symptoms and what Omicron has been, and then only to find out that the hospitalizations are not going up equally. They're not even going up that much. And deaths are actually either steady or going down. And so we're not seeing anything like we saw even last year or 2020. So the idea of, and even some Democrats have been talking about this, and I have to see if I can find this article, because I'm not mistaken. I think it was Democrats that are, here you go, yeah. You've got advisors to the president who are saying, look, you got to change the strategy. Your domestic strategy to how to respond to the coronavirus pandemic right now, and this whole idea of shutting down the virus. Did you know Joe Biden's going to shut down the virus, everybody? How many people have known that Joe Biden's going to shut down the virus? And how many people are wondering what Joe's shutting? Joe hasn't shut really a whole lot down. But the point is that the messaging about shutting it down, the messaging that he has been doing up to this point and failing miserably on this. You got 6 former advisors who counseled him during the presidential transition, writing to the Journal of the American Medical Association and saying that, look, you got to change the strategy. They were telling him months ago that he needs to change this and gear it towards something that is along the lines of living with the virus as opposed to doing something that's going to get us to COVID zero. You all realize we're never, ever, 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 hold on, I'm looking at my watch, ever, 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 ever getting to COVID zero, right? Everybody understands that? There's never, ever going to be a COVID zero. It's not going to happen. You're not going to get us there. We're not getting to that place. We're going to get to a place that we're starting to see quickly, which is, and many of the experts would agree, that the more and more variants that are coming out, the less and less lethal it's going to become, and it's going to be something that's going to be common to the common cold, and that's where we're going to be, and we're going to have to deal with the very the very likely realization that from today forward, that moving forward, we're going to have to start to look at this and treat this with therapies, and the fact that there are certain individuals that already know where they stand. They've already been in consultation with their physicians. They already know whether or not the vaccinations are for them or not. They already know whether or not they've had it. They already know their specific situation. And as we move on, that we're going to have to live with this, and we can't shut things down, even though you might feel like we are far away from lockdowns and shutdowns. No. As long as a Democrat lives and breathes, you better believe we are this close. My fingers are thinly spread apart to being in that position, so we don't want to be there. So the point is this. You have people who have told the president that he needs to get away from this, and whether or not he's going to take this on. The Supreme Court is going to make a decision on the OSHA rulings on vaccine mandates. They're going to be talking about it. It's a possibility that today we may hear something from the Supreme Court. We may find out something with regard to whether or not they are going to believe that this is something that we need to have happen, that legally that this is something that will be in place. So they're going to hear the arguments over the vax mandates today, whether or not we will see that happen. 80 million different people will be affected by the ruling. But Jen Psaki was asked about, look, Governor DeSantis says the testing. We're testing through the roof. We know where hospitalizations and deaths are right now. So the question was asked of Jen Psaki yesterday.
Governor Ron DeSantis critiqued the Biden administration's at-home testing program and said that not every single person needs to be getting tested. Quote, that's not a good strategy, but what is a good strategy is to have those at-home tests available for our vulnerable population, end quote. He says that he'll be sending tests to nursing homes, long-term care facilities, and within senior communities. So does the White House have any plans to limit tests through the website it'll be launching to vulnerable communities? And what's your response to Governor DeSantis?
All right, I just have to say this real fast. I want you to just envision, everybody close your eyes. If you're here at Oaks Farm Seed to Table, I want you to close your eyes and listen to what I'm talking about. Okay, your eyes closed? Here we go. Close your eyes and envision that the United States government, in control of the White House, is going to put together a website that is going to do something with regard to making sure that we have accessibility to something related to healthcare, and that it's going to be as smooth as my mother would say, butter. How many people actually believe that? Anybody believe that the government is going to put together a website that's going to have to do with anything that has to do with healthcare and it's going to go smooth? I don't know. We have examples in the past of how well and how smooth things go when you have certain members of administrations who put together websites that have to do with healthcare. That may be a little clunky, but that's beside the point. So the government's going to put this together. They're going to have a place where you can go to get your free kit. Free kit, everybody. So what does Jen Psaki and the White House think of what the governor has to say with regard to making sure that we get the tests to the people that are most vulnerable? And listen, testing. Do we really have to go there?
Well, I would first say that we have taken a number of steps to provide tests at a much larger, expansive capacity than that.
Yeah, where are the tests? Where are the tests? Hey, does anybody know? There's two questions that everybody's asking. Where's Hunter and where's the test? Where's Hunter and where's the test?
To vulnerable communities across the country. That has been part of the president's effort to quadruple our testing capacity, to provide the 5 million tests to community health centers, rural health centers, and to work with local health officials to ensure that we're reaching communities that need help the most. And that is part of our commitment to approaching our effort to get the pandemic under control through the lens of equity.
Okay, now, through the lens of equity, everybody, we've got to get the tests to people through the lens of equity. I can tell you, if you hear equity, if you heard the word equity, if you hear diversity, equity, and inclusion, all of those words together, when you hear equity, that is not a positive, everybody. Equity is not a good thing, because that means equitable distribution means somebody gets to have it and somebody does not get to have it because somebody decides that it is and is not equitable. You see where I'm going here? But now she gets to take a dig at the governor. Here we go.
I would say it's pretty rich coming from Governor DeSantis, given he is somebody who has been advocating, not exactly advocating for people in his state to get vaccinated.
I'm sorry. Did the governor not advocate for people to get vaccinated? How many people know that the governor of the state of Florida has been like, no, don't get vaccinated. No, you shouldn't be doing that, right? Has anybody ever heard it? Do you have the audio? Do you actually have the evidence of the governor of the state of Florida saying, nah, vaccinations, don't get vaccinated? Really? See, this is what happens. This is where the White House and Jen Psaki is allowed to do this, and nobody ever pushes back. Really? Okay.
Which we know is the way that people can be protected, that lives can be saved. And if he wants to be a constructive part of this process, then perhaps he should encourage what scientists say is the best way to save lives.
Ah, she is so snarky there. That's right. So it's the science. Now, again, I'm just asking this question. It does sound like, again, when Jen Psaki is talking about vaccines, vaccinations, when they're talking about anything that has to do with where we are in 2022, January 7th, 2022, the day after the horrible day that we will not mention, that they seem to be living in 2020. Everything that they're talking about with regard to COVID is 2020 related. We're in 22 now. It's a different dynamic. We just went through the fact that there are people from the American Medical Association that are like, hey, you're messaging Everything needs to change now. We need to live with this and go into a different direction. You need to stop some of this, but they don't. And what is the governor doing? Well, the governor said that yesterday he made mention that 1 million COVID-19 tests will be sent to elderly communities as part of the administration's senior first approach to combating the Wuhan coronavirus pandemic, redoubling commitment to putting seniors first, and that's where he's going to go. So that's not something that the White House wants to hear. They want the amount of cases and the amount of tests to be out there to go up, and to hear all of that so that they can continue the panic porn as they put out on the media outlets about how many cases are going up, but completely ignoring hospitalizations and deaths. Hey, anybody notice that Meet the Press or any of the other programs, CNN, MSNBC, anybody notice that the death clocks are gone? Anybody notice that you don't see them anymore? Remember when the death clocks were going on and they were counting the amount of deaths due to COVID, and now all of a sudden the clocks are gone. There's no numbers. They're not counting anything down. I wonder why. Anybody curious as to why the death clocks are not out there with COVID really? It's almost as if there's a different president here, and there's more deaths with this president than there is with the former, and that they don't want people to necessarily keep an eye on that. It's really odd. So we've got that going on when it comes to the vid, and again, we're just keeping an eye on it, and everybody knows at this point what it is and is not. Everybody knows at this point whether they want to be vaccinated or not. Everybody knows at this point whether or not they want to stick with the therapeutic or not in consultation with their doctors. Nobody has said don't get the vaccine. You make this choice on your own because we believe in freedom and liberty and your choice, and you make the choice, even when it comes to vaccines. So please stop the nonsense. But Jen Psaki and others will continue to do that. Hey, speaking of nonsense, how many people have heard about Nancy Pelosi yesterday and commemorating January 6th. Did you know that yesterday, on a very solemn day, a day that we probably shouldn't even say. We shouldn't even say the words January 6th. From now on, it should be January 5th, January 7th, January 8th. That's what we should do. We shouldn't even mention the date. That's how horrific January 6th is. So on this very dark day, on this day where we should remember, on this day where we should all be thinking about those that perpetrated this horrific event, and we should compare this to December 7th, 1941 and 9/11. Hey, let's do a song, everybody. No, I'm not kidding. How about this? Speaker Pelosi introducing, what was it? The guy that did Hamilton. What's the guy? Hey, what's the guy that did Hamilton? What's his name? That guy. The guy that did Hamilton, you know, the musical? Yeah, so Nancy Pelosi had this very awkward moment that had to do with January 6th yesterday. Listen to this.
As a conversation, we're privileged to have a contribution from one of the great creative talents of our time, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
That's his name.
May his beautiful words be an inspiration to us. Among the words he said and in the music, we'll make it right for you. If we lay a strong enough foundation, we'll pass it on to you, and we'll give the world to you.
Okay, so it was kind of strange that she decided that she was going to introduce the Lin-Manuel Hamilton, that she was going to have this talk about something that he has said. This is the guy who did Hamilton, right? The movie. I mean, the movie. Well, it was a movie, right? And the Broadway show Hamilton. So what's the big deal here? What's the problem? Well, if you've got a moment in time where this is something where people have died, it's compared to September 11th, and you're comparing this to December 7th, 1941. Do you do a musical bit in the middle of this? I'm not kidding. So she talks about Hamilton. She talks about Lin-Manuel, the guy who wrote Hamilton, and then they start singing? What's going on here? What are we doing here? What?
Dear Theodosia, what to say to you?
Why are we singing?
You have my eyes.
What are we?
You have your mother's.
Okay, nothing awkward here. Nothing awkward. Nothing says national tragedy in a grave crisis against the democracy, like doing show tunes. Nancy Pelosi introducing show tunes. Who does that? Is that like a joke? No. She actually did that. This is horrible. It's awful. It's a grave moment in time in our democracy. Hey, who wants to sing a Broadway tune? Come on, everybody, join us. That's exactly what she did. So that was kind of a little awkward yesterday, but nothing to see here. Everything is fine. We have to compare it to December 7th and 9/11. It's
December 7th, 1941.
Yeah.
September 11th, 2001.
Yeah.
And January 6th, 2021.
There you go. There's the Vice President of the United States reminding everybody that yesterday, the day that from now on should be not even mentioned in the same breath as regular days of the week, now has to be compared to December 7th, 1941, 9/11, 2001, and we should sing show tunes all about it. Okay, got it. All right, 239-479-5592. Hey, Representative Bob Bromwell coming up in just a couple of minutes. We're going to talk about House Bill 1055 that I'm super excited about and some other things that are going on here in the state of Florida. And I'll play the audio coming up as well as the governor and what he had to say about January 6th, spot on, as he usually is. We've got that coming up. Live from Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in beautiful Naples right here. We appreciate you stopping by with us live on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. We have a crash right now along Griffin Drive North near Gateway High School. No injuries reported, but seeing some slight delays heading northbound toward the high school just south of State Road 82. Minor crash in Bonita Springs at East Terry Street and Imperial Parkway. Also dealing with a crash on Buckingham Road right near Buckingham Field, causing some slowdowns in the area, but should be getting cleared off to the side right now. Also in Collier County, a crash off Santa Barbara and Radio Road near the Berkshire Village community. That's on Devonshire Boulevard and Belleville Boulevard near the Publix Plaza. Watch out for some slight delays with activity nearby. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For a few showers set to continue as we head throughout the remainder of this morning. Things will be drying up, though, as we head into this afternoon as a weak front passes through the area. A high of 81 degrees. Few passing clouds as we head into your Friday night, but we will be quiet with a low of 62 waking up on your Saturday. A few showers and breezy conditions for tomorrow with the high of 82. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
IRAs have always been a great way for investors to direct their investment dollars into real estate investments, but that option is under attack in Biden's new Build Back Better plan. Ty Lassiter here from Key City Capital to give you the details. Many of our investors choose to use a self-directed IRA to place their investment dollars in Key City Capital because they love the double-digit returns that we deliver. However, if Biden gets his way, the new stimulus package may limit or even remove your freedom to invest with your IRA dollars in most real estate investments. But rest assured, Key City Capital is hard at work to deliver the promised returns to our investors.
Call Key City Capital today for your free tax and wealth analysis appointment at 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Check us out online at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Youthful, energetic, happy, sexual, strong, physical, no fear. Taking the bull by the horns.
Old, tired, joint aches, overweight, wrinkled, depressed, sex. I remember what that was.
In men, low testosterone can lead to muscle loss, extra body fat, fatigue, depression, and erectile dysfunction. In women, hormonal imbalance can similarly cause extra fat around your middle and thighs, lack of desire, feminine dryness, and exhaustion. Suboptimal hormone levels are associated with the development of disease states like osteoporosis, heart disease, and stroke. At Neogenics, we specialize in testosterone, growth hormone promoters, bioidentical hormones, and nutritional programs designed to correct these imbalances and make you feel revitalized. See why patients from across the country are coming to Neogenics and take the first step to feeling great again. Call Neogenics for a free consultation at 277-9999 or find us online at neogenicmd.com. That's 277-9999. Neogenics, rediscover your youth.
Southwest Florida knows 92.5 Fox News is the right place for the best live and local talk. From 6 to 9, Drew Steele's Live and Local. Trey Radel in The Drive is local and live at 5. Drew Steele, mornings 6 to 9. Trey Radel on The Drive, afternoons at 5. Southwest Florida's live and local talk is always right here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey yo, goodbye, pets, I'll see you later. Got National Exterminator. $46, get a rodents and bugs. 239-46, no bug. Kill it!
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Hey yo, goodbye, pets, I'll see you later. Got National Exterminators. $46, get a rodents and bugs. 239-46, no bug. Kill it!
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Your insurance.
Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the perfect time to take a look at your plans for the year ahead. If you're considering a move, getting a new car, have new drivers hitting the road, or just want to reevaluate your coverage and costs, give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage.
Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda.
Tavern on the Bay is the first choice for lunch, dinner, and everything sports. Sit back on their beautiful waterfront patio. Enjoy happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $2 off all drafts and $5 select cocktails. Don't miss Tavern's Twisted Trivia Night Thursdays at 7. And as always, brunch on the Bay every Sunday with bottomless mimosas and Bloody Marys. The best food and the best views are on the Bay. Tavern on the Bay, across from Tin City, Naples.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floor Meisters, the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpet starting at, wait a minute, let me just get this right, at just $1.99 a square foot?
Yes, installed carpet pad and labor, $1.99.
And there's the phones ringing already. Look at that. They're getting excited.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, tell me more about what we've got here.
So we've got a big selection, and this is quite a carpet.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco, whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet. They've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. From early morning till late at night, 92.5 Fox News gets talk radio right. Drew gets you going right with live and local talk 6 to 9. Then Beck's got your back 9 to noon. Then comes Clay Travis and Buck Sexton at noon, Sean Hannity at 3, Mark Levin at 8, and Dan Bongino from 10 till late. From early morning till late at night, 92.5 Fox News is right all along.
The Supreme Court hears challenges today to coronavirus vaccine mandates proposed by President Biden. A group of medical experts is advising the administration to shift strategy from eliminating the virus to dealing with it going forward with more testing, surveillance, and therapeutics.
6 former members of Biden's Health Advisory Board urged the administration in a series of op-eds to scrap their pandemic strategy and embrace the new normal of living with endemic COVID.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich. At least 26 protesters and 18 police officers are reported killed this week during protests in Kazakhstan.
It started with anger over rising gas prices. Addressing the nation, Kazakhstan's President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev said he's authorized security forces to shoot to kill protesters without warning. He called them terrorists and bandits.
Fox's Simon Owen. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. We have a crash right now along Griffin Drive North near Gateway High School. No injuries reported, but seeing some slight delays heading northbound toward the high school just south of State Road 82. Minor crash in Bonita Springs at East Terry Street and Imperial Parkway. Also dealing with a crash on Buckingham Road right near Buckingham Field, causing some slowdowns in the area, but should be getting cleared off to the side right now. Also in Collier County, a crash off Santa Barbara and Radio Road near the Berkshire Village community. That's on Devonshire Boulevard and Belleville Boulevard near the Publix Plaza. Watch out for some slight delays with activity nearby. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For a few more showers as we head through the remainder of your Friday morning and early Friday afternoon as a weak front passes on through the area, but things will be drying up later on today. Friday evening plans looking quiet after reaching a high near 81 degrees today under a mostly cloudy sky. As we head into tonight, look for some passing clouds. Temperatures cooling to 62 to kick off your Saturday. A few showers, especially south, will be a possibility throughout the day on Saturday and Saturday afternoon with some breezy weather developing. A high of 82 for tomorrow. Sunday, looking at a high of 84 degrees with more isolated rain and breezy conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Hi, I'm Keith, owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. We've dodged a bullet this year from hurricanes and tropical storms, thankfully. Hurricane season is getting worse year after year. Storm Shield wants you to be prepared for next season before it's too late. We offer fair pricing and do what most other companies don't do, like show you the window, let you inspect the warranty, and use employees versus subcontractors for installation. We have energy efficient, Miami-Dade approved windows, which is the highest certification for impact window approval. You can expect ethical business practices, quality over quantity. We hope this information is helpful to you when you choose a window company to replace your windows and doors, and wish you all the best in your quest for the right company. Call us today at 239-491-7002. That's 239-491-7002. Or visit us on the web at stormshieldswfl.com. That's stormshieldswfl.com. License number CGC A60475.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here of Duncan's Diamonds. People come into our store here in Southwest Florida and are amazed by the selection of beautiful, fine jewelry and at exceptional prices. At Duncan's Diamonds, I will make sure personally that we give you the finest quality at the best possible prices. We get very excited about diamonds and are here to help you find that special diamond. We have the largest selection of magnificent and exclusive designer styles for you to choose from. Also, if you find a diamond or style on the internet, bring in a picture and we will get it or make it exactly to your specifications. And our prices and quality will exceed your expectations. I personally guarantee it. At Duncan's Diamonds, we will not be undersold by anyone, anywhere, or any place, and you can count on it. Come in and see us in Fort Myers on US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and in Naples at the Mercado Shopping Center.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
We are live at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples, our first Friday of the month at Oaks Farm. So happy to be here and so happy and thankful to the staff here for getting up extra early to make sure that we were open at 6 a.m. They usually open at 7, so to get up an extra hour to get us ready here. And listen, you think that your supermarket shopping weekly is a chore? No. Not when you come here. Oaks Farm Seed, the table, everything you need for entertaining backyard grilling. Daily doses of deliciousness. How about that for alliteration there? Everything in the store fresh and made from scratch, including fresh baked breads, rolls, your favorite sweet treats in the bakery. Southwest Florida's largest selection of fresh produce, 100 different items coming to you directly from Oaks Farm's own local farms, and Seed to Table featuring Captain Jerry's Seafood, the freshest seafood and the best selection, the Butcher's Shop, only Braveheart Angus beef, and so much more right here at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road. It is State Representative Bob Rommel, everybody. Give him a nice round of applause. Come on now.
Good morning, Drew, and Happy New Year.
Hey, very Happy New Year to you too, sir. How did your New Year's go? I just explained my my birthday present of a record player this morning at getting everybody excited to play vinyl in the house. How about that?
33s?
Yes, 33s. I can't. The only thing I have, although I think if I did go through my my parents' house, I could find some 78s. So I might be. How about anybody know what a 78 is? Anybody know? Yeah, okay, that's right. So think about that. The 78s I always liked as a kid, because if you could get it to go to 78 and you put like a little, like an army man on top of the 78, they'd really go flying really far if you can spin it quick enough. You know what I'm talking about. You know, you probably did it as a kid. Anyway. All right, we have a lot to talk about. First of all, I just want to say thank you for being ahead of the curve on this. I want to thank you for listening to me and my calls to you over and over and over and over and over and over. I'm looking at my watch, over and over again, about how I really, really, really wanted somebody to step up this legislative session. And please, somebody present a bill that we can do that would hold people accountable with cameras in the classrooms. And we have it, House Bill 1055. Thank you for that, everybody. How about that? Now, if you don't know what it's about, State Representative Bob Rommel, explain House Bill 1055.
Drew, obviously you had a lot to do with the bill, and you had been lobbying me for months about holding teachers accountable for the actions in the classroom. Whether it's children being bullied, violent incidents, or children being indoctrinated with things like CRT. There's no way to really, if an incident happens, there was no way to go back unless it was the teacher's word against the student's word. And under this bill, schools will be required to come up with a plan and then vote on it to put cameras in the classroom and mic up the teachers. So when there is an incident, the parent can go in, talk to the principal, and review the tape to see something actually happen. And then also law enforcement can do it too. So, we've seen multiple incidents of bullying, and I think you have an article up about a principal that hid a sexual attack in one of our high schools.
Yeah, so there is a couple of stories like this. There was one about that attack. This attack was a little different than that one that you were describing, but these are things that are happening. And if you want to know why we should have House Bill 1055 and why we need this to get to the governor's desk and have companions and everybody on board. The reason why we want this to take place, here's a perfect example, because this happened and there's no way that anybody would know. You want to talk about bullying, you want to talk about teaching in classrooms, what is being taught. Well, how about this? Here's the story. Hillsborough police arresting and charging a Tampa elementary school principal after he failed to report child abuse that occurred in a classroom of his school to the proper authorities. He was arrested and charged with connection to a May 2021 incident with failure to report the child abuse. They said that the principal of Davis Elementary School at the time, he was shown video from a classroom. He was shown video in the classroom. He personally was shown video of this incident where a teacher and an 8-year-old student were yelling at each other. The student sitting at the desk, the teacher standing over the desk. The teacher gets aggressive, shoves the desk into the victim. The kid is crying out in pain. The child said in an interview hurt his hand and his hip. And we're talking about elementary school kids, everybody. So he contacts the Hillsborough County Public Schools professional standards instead of the abuse hotline after reviewing the video. He sees the video. He sees the abuse of the child by the teacher. What does the principal do? He doesn't call the authorities, the abuse hotline. He calls the school's professional standards instead to find out what they should do. He says, oh, it was only verbal. There's nothing to see here. Everything was fine. And they were like, okay, well, then no big deal. Well, the professional standards people got provided the video, and somebody in the classroom took a video. So the guy's word is what they took. They showed the video, and they're like, wait a minute, this isn't verbal. This is a lot worse than that. And then they ended up presenting it to authorities who had him arrested. This is the kind of thing that has to stop. And the only way it stops, Bob, is when you have the cameras and the microphones in the classroom so that parents can monitor and we can see it. It's a public classroom. It's our kids. It's their future. It's their safety, and it's also their education. And we should have a say in this, and that's what this is all about.
You know, Drew, we have cameras on most of our school buses. We have cameras in most of the hallways of the schools. We have cameras on the outside of the buildings. But where the student's most vulnerable is in a classroom by themselves with the teacher. And if something happens, again, just like that incident, it was the teacher against the student, and the student's probably afraid. They feel intimidated.
They're elementary school kids.
So it's kind of a no-brainer. Under the bill, some people had some concern that we would be live streaming the lesson as the teacher is teaching it, but we're not. It's going to be recorded. It's going to be stored for 90 days. If an incident, can go back and review it, but it's not going to be live streamed. So the teachers, should not feel intimidated about their teaching practices. As long as they're doing the right job.
Right. So what has the reaction been like? Have you talked to people about this? What's it been like?
I've had mostly positive reviews from people. Some people are concerned, again, of the overuse of cameras in society. But, we have cameras everywhere, I'm sure.
We're already, listen, you can't live for the world that you wish will be. You have to live in the world that exists right now. And the world that exists right now, unfortunately, is a camera on every street corner. That's just where we are. And to say that it's going to be righteous for somebody to go, well, we've gone this far, but we won't go this far. Because what? Because you don't want to protect the kids? You don't want to protect the students for some reason? Now we can't take it. We're already there. If you want to talk about in the future and pulling all of this back, well, we have to create a society that's going to allow that to happen. We don't have that right now.
Through COVID, parents were watching their children's lesson at home, and I think a lot of parents were shocked about some of the indoctrination, whether it was CRT or some alternate lifestyles that teachers were teaching that it was okay. And you know what? If there's cameras in there, I think that would end that nonsense. And if teachers are going to teach actual and factual things, that's fine. But for them to try to indoctrinate children, we have to stop that.
Yeah, and this is interesting. By the way, State Representative Bob Rommel is joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. We are live at Oaks Farm, Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road here for our first Friday of the month. I'm looking at this. There are people that want Nicole Hannah-Jones' 1619 project to be taught in schools. A non-historian who puts together this kind of fantasy, this idea of what she thinks the founding of the country is, and then people look at it and go, oh, this must be true, because she, a non-historian, says that it is, and so now we should be teaching it in school. Well, this was pretty funny. People on Twitter were reacting this week because she failed to provide the correct year for the start of the Civil War. Like this, the 1619 project, she doesn't know when the start of the Civil War is, and then when called out on it, she's like, it is what it is. No, I'm not kidding. That's exactly what she did. These are the people that we're told are the authorities. They're the ones that know about the history of the country and how things need to be taught. And how are we going to attack this now, CRT? How do you see this next legislative session moving into an election year? Everybody knows what they saw and what we witnessed in 21, and the school boards, and parents showing up, and the concerns about CRT. What do you think this legislative session that starts next week, what are we going to be doing with this?
Drew, there's also talk about banning CRT in schools. But again, if we don't have cameras in a classroom, nobody's going to know what's being taught in there. So I think that if we're going to ban CRT or other non-actual and factual indoctrinations, we need the cameras as the backup so that when there is an incident, the parents can go review it with the principal and then make sure it stops.
Yeah, and there are Democrats. There are some that we were just looking at this story just a little while ago. Democrats want to verify Florida's Holocaust and slavery history lessons are up to par. We got a couple of Democrats in the House, people that you know very well, that are like, listen, under this legislation, private schools, charter schools, and public school districts would be required to submit evidence to the state that the topics are being taught as state standards dictate. And if they're not, then they're going to be denied funding. And I wonder what that looks like. Under what standard? They say state standards, but is that really what that is all about?
It sounds like it's a progressive movement to just kind of politicize whatever point they're doing. We already have standards that actually our congressman, when he was a state rep, Byron Donalds, passed, that all instructional material had to be actual and factual. So I'm not sure what they're trying to do, but it sounds like they're experimenting with our children.
Yeah. Did you... well, I was going to talk about January. Do you want to talk about January 6th, the date that should not be named from yesterday? Do you want to talk? Nah. I was going to play.
You know what? I barely watched anything on TV because, I mean, it was an awful day in history, and, you know, hopefully it never happens again. But, you know, it gave the left media, you know, something to talk about and try to destroy Donald Trump again. That's all.
Yeah, I was going to play some of the audio of what the governor said about that. But before I do, let me just ask you this. As we get ready to finish up this segment, next week's session starts. Obviously, House Bill 1055, something near and dear to my heart that I want to make sure that more people talk about and hear about. And we're going to be spreading the word, and I'm going to be heading, hopefully, fingers crossed, to Tallahassee and doing the show up there and talking to some people. Is that I think that would be a good thing. But what are some of the other things that are on your mind coming up this legislative session that affect people here in Southwest Florida that they should be watching out for, listening for, and things that I should be talking about and communicating to them?
Well, you know, Drew, fortunately, we live in the free state of Florida. We have a great governor. We have a great economy. So we actually have a lot of good things going on. There's not a lot of bad things. You know, we do have to tighten up some things on education here, get cameras in the classroom. But, I mean, honestly, I think session's going to be a great session. We have plenty of money. And when things are run well by conservatives, people want to move here. We have 1,100 people a day moving here, and it's not like they all of a sudden discovered sunshine. You know, we have a great education system. We want to improve a little bit by having cameras in classrooms. But it's, you know, we're a great state, and we're not politicizing this whole, you know, COVID problem. You know, you see in Chicago, you know, they were given billions of dollars to make their classroom safe, but now they don't want to go teach their kids because of the Omicron or whatever it's out there. I mean, it's awful what they're doing to children around the nation, whether it's California, possibly New York, but in Chicago. You know, children need to be in school. You know, the White House is giving us mixed information on who should be tested, how long you should be you know, in quarantine, you know, how many times. I think Moderna just came out, you need to be vaccinated 47 times a year or something like that.
Is that what it is? The numbers keep going up. We can't keep track of the numbers.
You know, but our governor here, you know, from day one, he knew what we had to do to help protect the most vulnerable people. We set up testing centers, vaccination centers, and even the monoclonal antibody treatment centers. And again, 1,100 people a day are moving here. There's millions of tourists coming here. Business is thriving. All because of good leadership.
All because of good leadership, and you are a part of that as well. And we appreciate all the work that you're doing and looking forward to sessions starting next week and some of the things that we'll be discussing, including House Bill 1055. Keep that number in your mind because that is something that we're going to keep an eye on and hopefully will make its way to the governor's desk. Representative Bob Rommel joining us right here, everybody. We always appreciate him joining us here on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Hey, Mike Moody. He's too busy talking over there. Wave at him. Get his attention over there. Throw something at him. Okay. We're still on the air. Come over here. Hey, we're going to do Drew's College Live. Are we going to try to do that today? All right. So get the microphone ready. We're going to choose somebody out in the audience out there, and we will do a live edition. Yeah, we'll set it all up in just a minute. All right, so we're going to do a live Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you're in a PhD live here at Oaks Farm Seed, the table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples in just a few more minutes with Daybreak 92.5 Fox News right all along with traffic. Therese O'Shea, she's got it.
the right place for local talk. Drew now, Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along. Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
Every day in business brings something new. So get the flexibility of our new mobile service designed for your small business. Introducing Comcast Business Mobile. You get the most reliable network with nationwide 5G included. And you can get unlimited data for just $30 per line per month when you get 4 lines, or mix and match data options.
Simplicity and savings, all from one provider. Get fast and reliable Comcast Business Internet and mobile for your small business today, with no line activation fees or term contract required. Plus, see how you can save up to $500 a year on your wireless bill when you switch. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to learn more. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Requires Comcast Business Internet. Taxes, fees, and other charges extra. Most reliable based on RootMetrics US report. Results vary. Not an endorsement. Compares pricing to top carriers. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes of usage. Actual savings vary. Call for details.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to manufacture and install your windows. Only New South offers true factory direct windows to you. Only New South has award-winning windows that are made and designed specifically for our Florida weather. Every single New South window is custom manufactured just for your home. These are high-performance, energy-efficient windows, and now you can buy 2 windows and get the third absolutely free. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com or call for your factory direct pricing.
Call now, 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
The new year means new opportunity to save money on your insurance.
Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the perfect time to take a look at your plans for the year ahead. If you're considering a move, getting a new car, have new drivers hitting the road, or just want to reevaluate your coverage and costs, give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage.
Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda.
92.5 Fox News.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
It's Drew's College.
All right, I thought we would have somebody already. Hey, Mike Moody. We need somebody right now. Just grab somebody. Oh, my goodness. I thought you were going to have somebody set already. Oh, my gosh. Come on. All right, here we go. Grab the microphone. And you can't see him on camera, but that's okay. Your name, sir?
Bob.
Bob, all right. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you're in a PhD. All right, here's your associate's degree question, Bob. Here we go. Hey, Bob, what did the Declaration of Independence do? What did it do, the Declaration of Independence?
It put into common word the sense of the issue at the time.
Which was what? What did it do? It declared what?
Declared our liberty and freedom from the state of Great Britain.
Okay, there you go. That's right. It declared our independence from Great Britain.
Overthink it.
There you go. All right. Speaking of that Declaration of Independence, can you name 2 rights that are declared in the Declaration of Independence?
Life and liberty.
That's right.
Pursuit of happiness.
Okay, there you go. So you got the 3 of them. Okay, very good. That is correct. You got a bachelor's. All right, we'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. All right, 2 tricky questions. Well, maybe not. Who was the president during World War I? President during...
FDR.
No, that was World War
II. Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson is correct, sir. That is right. Yes, he is correct. All right, Woodrow Wilson. All right, so you got a master's. Here's a PhD on this question. Who did Rick Scott defeat to win the Senate seat in 2018?
Bill Nelson.
Oh, I thought that was going to be a tough one. Wow.
PhD.
No, I'm laughing because I thought that was going to be a tough question, and it turned out to be like the quickest and the easiest for him. All right. Well, congratulations, Bob. You did it. You got yourself a PhD today on Drew's College. And
it's my 3rd PhD, by the way.
Oh, wow. All right. Each one gets, and actually each one of them gets better and better as they age. They're like a fine wine. They age, and I think so. So the
Doctorate of Drewology.
It is. Yeah. Is that what it's called now? The fine gentleman right next to you will tell you in your ear what the prize is. I don't know what our prize is. All right. Give it up, everybody, for Bob. Come on now. All right, there you go. Very nice. Playing Drew's College live. All right, Oaks Farm Seed to Table. Want to let everybody know that it is a fantastic place, and we always appreciate you coming here for our first Fridays of the month. Alfie Oaks Seed to Table has it all. 9 different spots throughout the store. You can order hot food, enjoy it here, take it out for later. All made fresh here at Seed to Table. Sushi, pasta, pizza, hot sandwiches, taco salad, subs, organic foods, the freshest juice and smoothies from the juice bar. And, of course, if you're coming here this morning, you got the freshly ground coffee, lattes from the coffee bar, and the delicious hot breakfast, including favorites like farm fresh eggs, breakfast burritos, and really a whole lot more. Just one of a kind. If you've not been here to Oaks Farm Seed to Table, it is just an amazing, fantastic experience. All right. That's going to do it for this break. And when we come back, Jake, let's get out. And when we come back in just a little while from now, in case you missed the audio of the governor of the great state of Florida from yesterday and his comments on January 6th, you might want to hear it because it is once again spot on. So we'll get to that coming up. And also, here we go again. Democrats had every opportunity to show that they are the party of law and order, and they still can't do it. Another horrible example coming up.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Tee off for a great day of golf at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Enjoy excellent playing conditions, GPS golf carts, a large driving range and practice area, plus Knickers Pub. Also sign up for one of Coral Oaks' comprehensive golf schools. The session's running January through April. You're sure to improve your game. Book tee times up to 7 days in advance at coraloaksgolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
Tavern on the Bay is the first choice for lunch, dinner, and everything sports. Sit back on their beautiful waterfront patio. Enjoy happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $2 off all drafts and $5 select cocktails. Don't miss Tavern's Twisted Trivia Night Thursdays at 7. And as always, brunch on the Bay every Sunday with bottomless mimosas and Bloody Marys. The best food and the best views are on the Bay. Tavern on the Bay, across from Tin City, Naples.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. We're on the phone with our good friend TJ Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And listen, TJ, we know that when you're calling, something big is going on, something special is happening at Floor Meisters. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the almost 1 million square feet of CoreTech inventory on hand. Talk about that.
Yes, I have the biggest selection in Southwest Florida, and I also probably have the biggest stock of CoreTech. Got almost 1 million square feet. I'm ordering it every day to keep up with demand and to make sure it's here, ready to go when you need it. I've got trucks rolling in every day. I'm buying for 3 to 4 to 5 months out to make sure you've got it. If you got a contractor who needs some floor and they can't get it, come see me. We probably have it here.
So when it comes to CoreTech, listen, you know where to go. The selection's unbelievable at Floor Meisters. And if you're a homeowner, contractor, installer, and you can't find what you're looking for, now's the time to visit their store at 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco or online at floormeisters.com.
The news you need. The host you trust. Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. From Drew to Trey and all through the day, we get it right from morning till night. Drew Steele gets you up on the right side of the bed with live and local talk every morning starting at 6. Then it's Glenn Beck at 9, Clay Travis and Buck Sexton at noon, Sean Hannity at 3, and Trey Radel with The Drive at 5. From Drew to Trey and all through the day, we get it right from morning till night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along. In the morning and at night, we're the station that gets it right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
Yet another pandemic milestone. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Amid a record surge of COVID cases, Fox's Evan Brown has the update live.
Dave, the world recorded its 300 millionth case of COVID-19, according to Johns Hopkins University. That number reflects the number of positive test results since the pandemic began and not necessarily 300 million individual people. In the U.S. alone, the case tally jumped 227% in the past 2 weeks. Hospitalizations, however, are only up about 60%. The quickly spiking numbers are blamed in part on the Omicron variant, Dave.
Evan, this record surge is despite 73% of American adults fully vaccinated, and 73 million of them have had booster shots. Some have been compelled to get these shots, others refuse, taking challenges to Biden vaccine mandates to the Supreme Court.
Up first is a question about the OSHA rule requiring businesses with 100 or more employees to ensure workers are fully vaccinated or tested weekly. A challenge was filed by several Republican-led states, business groups, and religious organizations. A federal appeals court has said the administration can enforce that shot or test rule.
Fox's Jared Halpern. The justices will also this morning consider the legality of the vaccine mandate for healthcare workers and facilities that get federal funding. For a third day in a row, there's no school in Chicago, with most teachers fearing COVID refusing to go.
CPS is putting together plans for some kind of remote learning next week in case it still has not reached a deal with the union. Mayor Lori Lightfoot continues to hammer the Chicago's teacher union for ignoring the science and the data showing that schools are among the safest places for kids to be.
Fox's Garrett Tenney. It's a snowy second time this week from Tennessee into Virginia into the Northeast, where the worst of it will be
coastal Maine, where we probably will have a blizzard warning later today, but winter storm warnings are posted from Jersey through New York, Long Island, up into New England.
Fox meteorologist Janice Dean. America's listening to Fox News.
Life is this news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Traffic crashes reported along Palm Beach Boulevard, heading right now through Washington Avenue right off of Shoemaker Boulevard. Watch out for some activity. Looks like EMS on scene of that crash right now. Another crash just down State Road 80, Palm Beach Boulevard, closer to Marsh Avenue near Oleander Avenue. No word on any roadblock near that scene. Keeping an eye also on a crash along Griffin Drive North near Gateway High School. No injuries, no roadblock reported. That's just south of State Road 82. Collier County roads are busy out there. We've got a crash on Livingston and Immokalee. Another on Airport Road North near Mercantile Avenue, causing southbound delays south of Golden Gate Parkway. Crash with possible injuries at Coronado Parkway and 54th Terrace Southwest in Golden Gate, and another at Golden Gate Parkway and 58th Street Southwest. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For a few more showers as we head through the remainder of your Friday morning and early Friday afternoon as a weak front passes on through the area, but things will be drying up later on today. Friday evening plans looking quiet after reaching a high near 81 degrees today under a mostly cloudy sky. As we head into tonight, look for some passing clouds. Temperatures cooling to 62 to kick off your Saturday. A few showers, especially south, will be a possibility throughout the day on Saturday and Saturday afternoon, with some breezy weather developing. A high of 82 for tomorrow. Sunday, looking at a high of 84 degrees with more isolated rain and breezy conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
At home or on your phone, no matter where you roam, you can always get rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News.
All right, guys, who's excited about getting home today and finding out that your AC is now broken and it is 90 degrees outside?
Not me.
Matt and Justin here with Island Air with some great news for all of Southwest Florida. When the time comes to replace your old, outdated air conditioning system, you don't have to pull from any of your fund money to do so.
Many of our customers have had to sacrifice their vacation because of replacement of their air conditioning systems.
Now, for a limited time, we are including a vacation voucher with the purchase of your new home air conditioning system, redeemable for cruises and luxury condos in many countries around the world.
Please take the opportunity to let Island Air take you to the islands or many other places around the world.
Rather than stressing about whether or not your air conditioning system is going to make it, call us today to find out more details on how to claim your voucher. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for your support for veterans in the military. Educating us. Standing up for conservatism. Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. We are live from Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road here in beautiful Naples, as we are each and every first Friday of the month. And we thank Oaks Farm Seed to Table so much for getting up an hour early to be here so that we can all have a great breakfast together. and also for everything that they do here. Maybe you're getting ready for the weekend. You can't compare this place to any place else. If you're ready to shop, one-stop shopping, having fun, partying, enjoying your time together here with great farm fresh produce. It doesn't get any fresher than Oaks Farm Seed to Table, as you know. Only the finest, freshest greens and vegetables. Perfect for salad, sweet fruit, baking. Seed to Table's fantastic, fresh-made guacamole and salsa to enjoy with the family and friends. And in the store bakery here at Seed to Table, one-of-a-kind bakery treats, all your favorite desserts. And not only delicious, but also beautiful, not to mention their fresh-baked breads, cookies, pies, and cakes. The wine department, an incredible selection of fine wines and unique beer. Start the weekend off right by showing up here at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road and get your shopping done now. So come on out and see us. So I think this is something that is important because a lot of people were asking my thoughts on yesterday when Ted Cruz said something that was regrettable. And maybe some of you heard about this, maybe you didn't hear about it, but it appears as if day before yesterday, it was Senator Cruz who said that January 6th was a, quote, violent terrorist attack. Now, I don't know who told him that that was something that he should say. I don't know if he was thoughtful in the moment of saying that. You know, you tried to give Ted Cruz credit to say that I don't know if that's exactly what he meant to say, but there's no doubt that there are many people, there are Democrats, who love nothing more than to see Republicans say things like this and help their cause. A perfect example is when you see yesterday there on the floor of the House that the only two Republicans that were there on the floor of the House yesterday during what was the moment where the House got together to talk about January 6th are Liz Cheney and former Vice President Dick Cheney, both there on the floor of the House. That's not a very good look, and people wondered why that's the case. You know, more and more we hear about Liz Cheney concerned about Donald Trump never becoming president again, but we don't hear or see anything that has to do with an insurrection, that has to do with an arrest of people because they got caught to sedition, insurrection. No one yet has been caught and charged with sedition or insurrection, and yet we're supposed to believe that something like that took place. And when you see Liz Cheney and Dick Cheney together there and showing what solidarity with Democrats, going out and out of their way to say, hey, look at the former vice president. He gets it. He believes what we believe, and you know the narrative that is spinning. That's not a good look, and so that has to be called out, especially when you consider that I heard, and I didn't hear it exactly, but I heard from someone that on Special Report yesterday with Brett Baer, do you remember Brett Baer was on the program just a couple of days ago, and I had him on, and the one question that I asked him was, what's the reporting for January 6th going to be like? Is it going to be fair? Because, listen, Brett Baer gets a lot of individuals who tell him, you know, when he reaches out on Twitter and says, hey, what would you like for us to talk about today? And I wonder how many people want to hear both sides of the issue of January 6th, and are they going to get that on Special Report? Because when you hear that Liz Cheney was going to be on, you knew that there was going to be some spin. And I hope that there would be some pushback. And there was a little bit of pushback. But one of the things that Liz Cheney said was that she was the leading Republican that was there. And she's the one that is in charge, the lead Republican on this House Select Committee. That is a lie. She's not the lead Republican. She was not selected by Republicans in the caucus. They did not select her to be on this committee. Let's remember, it was Nancy Pelosi's handpicked of Liz Cheney who wanted to do it along with Adam Kinzinger. They are there because of Nancy Pelosi, not because of leadership in that committee. And leadership is supposed to. The idea that you're going to have a committee together to investigate, Remember the House doesn't have this plenary ability to go after somebody and charge them with a crime. That's not what they do. But if they're going to put a committee together, you have the opportunity for a Democrat to put committees together, and then you go to Republican leadership and you say, all right, you have the opportunity to put somebody in leadership, in the leadership role there on the committee. The Republicans, I believe, chose Jim Banks and some others. Nancy Pelosi said, no, you're not going to do that because this whole thing is a sham. And what she did was she reached out to Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, Liz Cheney being the one who is taking the ball and being the voice on the quote-unquote Republican side, but she's not in leadership on this. That is a flat-out lie. So, okay, well, I'll put that aside for a second. Get back to Ted Cruz. Listen, give credit to two different people in two different situations. Last night on Tucker Carlson's program, he had Ted Cruz on to talk about his comments about January 6th being a violent terrorist attack. And I think it's important that when it comes to the January 6th comments by Republicans, some things that may be regrettable that somebody says, that give credit where credit is due, because Ted Cruz could have walked away from this, could have moved on to a different topic, could have put out a tweet and said absolutely nothing about it other than a form letter, and then moved on from it. But he wanted to try and confront this and give credit to Tucker Carlson for pushing this very issue. And if you missed the exchange, here's a little bit of what was said from yesterday.
You take words as seriously as any man who's ever served in the Senate. And every word you repeated that phrase. I do not believe that you used that accidentally. I just don't.
So, Tucker, as a result of my sloppy phrasing, it's caused a lot of people to misunderstand what I meant. Let me tell you what I meant to say. What I was referring to are the limited number of people who engaged in violent attacks against police officers. Now, I think you and I both agree that if you assault a police officer, you should go to jail. That's who I was talking about. And the reason the phrasing was sloppy is I have talked dozens, if not hundreds of times. I've drawn a distinction. I wasn't saying that the thousands of peaceful protesters supporting Donald Trump are somehow terrorists. I wasn't saying the millions of patriots across the country supporting President Trump are terrorists. And that's what a lot of people have misunderstood that comment.
Wait a second, but hold on. What you just said doesn't make sense. So if somebody assaults a cop, he should be charged and go to jail. I couldn't agree more. We have said that for years. But that person's still not a terrorist. How many people have been charged with terrorism?
That's true. Is Tucker Carlson right about that when he says that? It is important now that, it's okay to talk about this. It's okay to talk about Ted Cruz and what he said and if he should have said it and he shouldn't have. Words mean something, and when you've been here long enough, you can take the minute of time, like Ted Cruz has done many, many times, to make sure that the words that are getting ready to come out of your mouth are not something that are going to be said by somebody who just started doing what they did yesterday. He's experienced, he knows what he was saying, and so why did he put it this way? It was a bad way to put it, and Tucker Carlson wasn't having any of it because, just like he said, police officer gets attacked, you go to jail, we understand that. But that doesn't mean that that individual is a terrorist, and those words mean something.
On January 6th. Like, why'd you use that word? You're playing into the other side's characterization that, as Joe Kent just explained, allows them to define an entire population as foreign combatants, and you know that. So
that's important. Again, the reason why the words matter in this situation and what January 6th is and is not is the fact that you're going to have the other side, like we described early on, that is going to take your words and twist what you say, or will take it literally and use it for their benefit. Democrats have no intention of doing anything when it comes to crossing the aisle and doing anything with shaking hands with Republicans that is going to be a positive for the constitutional republic that this country is. They are not going to do it. We've already seen what the agenda is for the Democrat Party, and it is to go along with the hardcore progressives in this country and to fundamentally transform this country, and it doesn't mean sticking with the Constitution. So to give them any kind of ammunition is frustrating. It's absolutely frustrating.
Why'd you do it?
So, Tucker, let me answer you directly. The reason I used that word for a decade, I have referred to people who violently assault police officers as terrorists. I've done so over and over and over again. If you look at all the assaults we've seen across the country, I've called that terrorism over and over again. That being said, Tucker, I agree with you. It was a mistake to say that yesterday, and the reason is what you just said, which is we've now had a year of Democrats in the media twisting words and trying to say that all of us are terrorists, trying to say you're a terrorist, I'm a terrorist. And so, look, I don't like people who assault cops, and I stand up and defend cops. And the reason I use that word is that's the word I've always used.
All right, so Tucker's, it feels like he's not having it the Senator Ted Cruz kind of spinning out of calling January 6th violent terrorist attack. You're trying to give the senator the benefit of the doubt, but ultimately Tucker Carlson says...
Wait. Can I ask, hold on, you work in the... I guess I just don't believe you. And I mean that with respect, because I have such respect for your acuity and your precision. And I've seen it on display. I've covered you as a reporter. I know how you speak. And you have sat there for a year and watched people use language to distort the events of that day. Intentionally. Insurrection. Coup.
Of course, it
terrorism.
Wasn't an insurrection. Saying it's an insurrection is a political term. It's a lie. I've repeatedly denounced it.
All right, I'm just going to stop there. Tucker Carlson says he just doesn't believe him. Now, here's the thing. It's okay, everybody. It's okay when someone that is a Republican says something that people cringe at, that is not worded correctly, and takes a moment in time to call them out, to ask the question of why they said that. Give Ted Cruz credit for going on to Tucker Carlson's program to try to explain it. Give Tucker Carlson incredible credit for going after him on it and being honest and saying, I just don't believe you, because of all the many years he's been in the Senate and the way that he does use words as precision and the way that he speaks about things. But on the other side of that, let me just say this. I am not saying anything like you should dismiss Ted Cruz. You should dismiss anything he says. But what I am saying is when you hear certain individuals who do speak truth to what is happening, you have to also give them credit and show what you would believe to be people who are someone who individuals who do take the time to think about what they're going to say, how they express themselves, and what that sounds like. And a perfect example was yesterday when the great governor of the state of Florida, Ron DeSantis, had a couple of things to say about what went on with January 6th and what he believes and the precision of his words. And I want you to listen to a little of what he said.
Today is going to be, I mean, honestly, I'm not going to watch any of it, but you're going to see the D.C., New York media. I mean, this is their Christmas, January 6th, okay? They are going to take this and milk this for anything they could to try to be able to smear anyone who ever supported Donald Trump. Look, if you obstruct a proceeding, all about hold people accountable. If you're rioting, hold accountable. But let's just be clear here. When they try to act like this is something akin to the September 11th attacks, that is an insult to the people who were going into those buildings. And it's an insult to people when you say it's an insurrection and then a year later, nobody has been charged with that. People are being charged with disrupting proceedings or that. I think it's very important, the fact that if this is what you said it was, why are you not charging people? So I think it's going to end up being just a politicized Charlie Foxtrot today. I don't expect anything good to come out of anything that Pelosi and the gang are doing. I don't expect anything from the corporate press to be enlightening. I think it's going to be nauseating, quite frankly, and I'm not going to do it.
He's not going to do it, and that's the governor of the great state of Florida, Ron DeSantis, talking about January 6th. And he's spot on. And listen, and then here's the other thing that I appreciate about what he said. It's because right after that follows up with, and this is so important, and this is something that I want everybody to recognize, because these are the things that need to pique your interest when you hear politicians speak. The first thing is they give you the explanation of where they stand, what they think, and why they believe it. Then they bring the receipts. Then they back it up with the real questions that need to be asked, because here is what the governor said after that.
But I do think that if you have this January 6th committee, why do we not know some of the people who we know were really involved in orchestrating this? They got pulled off the most wanted list. Christopher Wray was asked at the under oath what FBI was involved in that, and he would not answer the question. And so I think that this is something that has really been used for political narrative and posturing purposes. I don't think it's been effective. You know, people here in Florida, they care about inflation and they care about gas prices and education and crime and all the key issues that are so important. And that's what they talk to me about. But there is an obsession with this amongst the DC, New York journalist class. And again, I think it's because it allows them to spin a narrative that they want to spin. They did not care as much about what happened after 2016 when you had a false Russia collusion conspiracy theory that was put on for years because they were involved when doing it, and how that may have damaged trust in institutions or all that. So I just think that it is what it is. But
do you see that? You bring the receipts. Then the second part is he wants to know what's going on with no one being charged with an insurrection or sedition. He wants to know why we're not reflecting on the fact that the reason why people have distrust in institutions in this country right now is the 5 years, the 4.5 years, the minute that a person running for office comes down a golden escalator, and from that minute it was a hoax that was perpetrated against the American people that everybody knows happened. When you bring those receipts and you say, don't you get it? This is why people have the distrust. You can't disprove that. That is the fact. And the thing is that's what you want from your politicians when they're speaking about the major issues of the day. You want to know that they're going to give you their opinion, they're going to tell you what they think about the issue, and then they're going to back it up with receipts of the reasons why they believe what they believe, the questions that have to be asked of others that don't get asked, because as long as they bring it up, that gets into what is going to be the news cycle. And then when it comes to this very issue, the fact is that the media and along with Democrats are going to do everything that they can to keep narratives alive that are going to have people question every single election moving forward. And I mean that sincerely, because when I'm getting a tweet out on my feed of Adam Kinzinger, who is telling people right now as we speak, Adam Kinzinger, who is saying that he's concerned that Donald Trump could rig the election in 24 and end democracy in America. Adam Kinzinger, the same person who's on this select committee for January 6th. Do you see where we're going? They're getting enough of people feeding into all the lies and everything that they want with regard to walking into a 24 election that they probably know full well that they're going to lose and lose big, and have people question it just like they did in 2016. Let's not forget, everybody, 2016 wasn't a smooth ride. In 2017, when people were talking on microphones, talking about, I've had real thoughts about blowing up the White House. Who said that? It was Madonna. I remember when Madonna said, I've had, or whatever she said, I don't know. And she had you remember the hats, the hats that were, those, the pink, I don't even want to go into the hats. But anyway, all of the things that were going on in 2016, again, they want the American people to doubt the next election because that's the best that they have. And if that's the best that they have, to put doubts in people's mind about an election that could be coming, that could be a landslide for Republicans, the best is doubt because your policies are a failure, that's not a good place to be. But we have to make sure we continue to call them out on that. All right, a big thank you to everybody for being here at Oaks Farm. Seat the table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee in beautiful Naples. All right, in just a few more minutes, I believe our good friend Mike Opelka is going to join us live, so we're going to have fun on this Friday. Oaks Farm, Seat the Table, our first Friday of the month with Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
What if you could receive a guaranteed offer on your home with no showings, no open houses, and no stress? Contact the Darter Group at dartergroup.com to learn more about their guaranteed offer. Find out if you could receive an offer on your home in as little as 24 hours and close escrow in as little as 21 days. Don't delay. Go to dartergroup.com. That's dartergroup.com, a Compass Realty broker.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. The electrical panel is the heart of your home's electrical system. Malfunctions can lead to hazards like fire or power outages, leaving your home at risk or in the dark altogether. So trust our teams at Mr. Sparky to get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $200 off a panel replacement.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Hey, it's Buck Sexton. I want to thank the 92.5 Fox News listeners. The Clay and Buck event in Fort Myers has sold out for now, but we're working on releasing more tickets, and we'll get those details out as soon as we can. There'll be more tickets to purchase. In the meantime, thank you so much to our sponsors, the Advantage Retirement Group, My Shower Door, Island Air, and Floor Meisters, and thank you for listening to 92.5 Fox News.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
He's ready for the fight, and he keeps it right at night. Wait till you hear what Mark Levin has at 8.
Now I have to jump right back into the slop. The slop that is Washington, D.C., the slop that is the American media, the slop that is the Democrat Party, the slop that is the American Marxist movement. But we all have to jump in order to wrestle it to the ground, don't we, folks?
The great one, Mark Levin, tonight at 8 on Southwest Florida's 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
Tavern on the Bay is the first choice for lunch, dinner, and everything sports. Sit back on their beautiful waterfront patio. Enjoy happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $2 off all drafts and $5 select cocktails. Don't miss Tavern's Twisted Trivia Night Thursdays at 7. And as always, brunch on the Bay every Sunday with bottomless mimosas and Bloody Marys. The best food and the best views are on the Bay. Tavern on the Bay, across from Tin City, Naples.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list. In the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call.
Can you hear me right now?
There, I hear you now.
There you are. Okay, we just got to get it a little hotter, that's all.
Check 1, check 2. I don't know if I could possibly be any hotter.
Oh, is that right? Okay. Well, I get that. Okay.
Thanks. Can you hear my audio clips?
Let's see. Not yet.
Can you get more? No.
No, not yet.
Oh, it's not working the same way.
Huh.
Hold on. Let's try this.
Okay.
No.
It should be, though. I don't know why it wouldn't be.
Guess what? It's not.
I don't know why.
This is always a great idea to try something completely new.
But I know. I don't have a choice, though. I can't because this is the system we're on. So are you playing it off of the Apple, whatever it's called? You just have to make sure. I mean, it shouldn't be any different if you're running it off a board or if you're running it through the.
I usually run it off my computer through the Scarlett, and I have the exact same configuration.
Right, and so nothing should be different. It should absolutely be working.
It ain't. And it is playing. Hold on a second. Let me triple check here.
Yeah.
Maybe it's.
Because you can also check the output of the computer, make sure it's running to your whatever your output is.
Hold on. Oh, I think we got it. Hold on.
Yeah, I heard something.
One of the things that we have learned that has come out.
That's it. What'd you do?
Because I unmuted. What a dope.
That's you. I only mean that in the best way.
I know. It's from the heart of your bottom.
It is. Most things are. All right. Well, there. You sound good. And Jake, back at
you should see how I look.
Yeah, well, that's
Jesus,
the whole thing. Jake, you're going to have to probably turn up the signal to the on-air because that's as hot as he's going to get, and so I'm going to have to pull back. Yeah, it would be nice if you were louder, but it's okay. If you're not, that's fine.
But if I jack, I'm all the way up.
Yeah, so don't worry about it. I'll have Jake just
Come
turn
on,
it up.
man.
Okay.
Is that too loud?
No, that's good. No, not at all.
Come on, man.
Nope.
Come on, man.
No, everything is good.
Come on, man.
All right, stop it.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Jake will turn it up from the station. It'll be fine.
Come on, man. Oh, come on, man.
All right,
come on, man.
All right, stand by.
Pictures. Boulder County Sheriff's officials say the cause and origin of the fire are still unknown. Following the president's time in Colorado, he will continue on to Las Vegas to attend the memorial service for former Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Dealing with a crash right now on I-75 southbound, just south of the exit to Corkscrew Road near mile marker 122. That's mostly on the left-hand shoulder and in the median, not blocking any travel lanes, but we're seeing some southbound delays coming down past Corkscrew Road along 75 South. Also have a crash on Plantation Road at Crystal Drive in Fort Myers. Watch out for some southbound slowdowns on Plantation heading toward the intersection. Crash at State Road 82 and Alabama Road in Lehigh Acres. And a crash getting cleared up over toward Griffin Drive North near Gateway High School. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For a few more showers as we head through the remainder of your Friday morning and early Friday afternoon as a weak front passes on through the area, but things will be drying up later on today. Friday evening plans looking quiet after reaching a high near 81 degrees today under a mostly cloudy sky. As we head into tonight, look for some passing clouds. Temperatures cooling to 62 to kick off your Saturday. A few showers, especially south, will be a possibility throughout the day on Saturday and Saturday afternoon with some breezy weather developing. A high of 82 for tomorrow. Sunday, looking at a high of 84 degrees with more isolated rain and breezy conditions. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
Hi, I'm Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. You've heard me say we're the working and retired person's country club. This means coming in for a meal, a drink, or with a party, and we will obtain your complete satisfaction with our food, service, and value. We strive for excellence with your service experience and our food. So on the rare occasion we fall short, tell us and we'll fix it. Plus, at Stevie Tomatoes, there are no pretenses, no attitudes, high prices, or rushing you in or out. Come relax, enjoy yourself, and be yourself. At Stevie's, we love meeting the men and women who currently and in the past work hard to make America great. We appreciate their values, honesty, industriousness, and affection for this great country. So head to Stevie's, where we strive for excellence in everything we do. I guarantee it. In Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral. Come.
Stevie Tomatoes, Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
People who suffer with back or neck problems, whether that's pain, numbness, or weakness, deal with something that can be frustrating. Pain wears us down. It can affect our relationships with family and friends. It's not fun to be around someone who's always complaining about their backs. Don't resign yourself to having to live with pain. In my office, Johnston Spinal Care, I successfully treat the worst of the worst, those who get injections, nerve-burning procedures, or even surgery. And now they're back, golfing and living life. life. If there's a treatment that is extremely effective for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, or neuropathy, wouldn't you want to see if it can help you? Non-surgical spinal decompression is now in Southwest Florida. Safe and painless, more than just a temporary fix. Long-lasting relief that can finally heal the condition, regardless of age. Take the time right now to call my Medicare-friendly office for a no-charge telephone consultation about spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, we are live at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in beautiful Naples. Here we are, of course, Oaks Farm, so much going on, as you can imagine. If you're looking to do your weekend shopping, this is the place to do it. It's not a chore. It's incredible when you're here and you've got your bakery, you've got your fresh-baked breads and rolls and made from scratch everything here. 100 different items coming to you directly from Oaks Farm's own local farm. Seed to Table also features Captain Jerry's Seafood, delivering the freshest seafood, the best selection. Farm Fresh Butcher Shop featuring Braveheart Angus beef, top-of-the-line beef, aged to perfection, and so much more. Get ready to hang out with us here at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road. There is no other place like it. And dare I say, there's no other person quite like Mike Opelka. Mike Opelka's joining us, everybody. Look at that.
Yes, another monthly warm round of indifference from your fans at Seat to Table. Happy to be here.
No, you can't. You just can't hear that. There's a huge round of applause. It's just that the microphones. Okay. I mean, I'll tell you what. I'll make you a deal next time we are here at Seat to Table. I will specifically put a microphone into the audience so that you can hear the roar of the crowd, and then this way you'll feel. I know. I got my someone on my staff here, Mike Moody. Do you want to do this? Okay, we'll do this. This is for you. Are you ready?
Yeah,
right,
I'm so needy.
Listen.
I'm very needy.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right, listen. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Opelka.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Thrilled to be here. Wow.
Okay.
I feel like Chris Matthews. That thrill just went up my leg.
Is that what that's called? Okay. See,
yeah.
I told you. You see, they love you here. Don't. You got to stop. All right. It's a warm hug here from Southwest Florida. All right. Speaking of warm hugs, we didn't get a whole lot of that yesterday, did we? Do you want to start with your impressions of the day that we shall not name because it was so awful?
I think it really was a mistake what the Democrats tried to do yesterday, because this was all about nullifying Donald Trump and securing not the Capitol, but securing the 2024 election. That's really what this was about. And they got caught. And a couple of things. Yeah. Biden's speech was angry, and he's trying to bait Donald Trump into responding. I publicly stated, don't take the bait, Mr. President. That's what they want. And it really was exactly what they were begging for Donald Trump to do, some kind of tirade. He didn't. He responded appropriately. But for Kamala Harris to equate this with September 11th and Pearl Harbor was an insult to everyone who died on those dates or in the World War II, as well as in 9/11 and the aftermath. And I just think most thinking people, left and right and middle, got that. But what offended me most was the Hamilton thing. And I don't know how much you talked about Nancy Pelosi bringing Broadway.
Yes. I brought that up. I could not believe it. I mean, nothing says solemn day, our democracy's in trouble, like a good Broadway tune. That's what we needed. And it was horrible what she did. Horrible.
Well, but not only was it an affront to the seat of our government, but it was old. You know, it was recorded before January 6, 2021. It was recorded in October of 2020.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, this was done. This whole stunt with Lin-Manuel Miranda and a couple of cast members was recorded for MoveOn.org, and an event that they held in 2020 in October, months before the election, or weeks before the election, and months before the riot at the Capitol. So this was like, hey, what if we played that classic clip from a very left event? And it really is now coming out, and Pelosi should be embarrassed. The other thing that bothered me, nobody worked yesterday. Yesterday was a work day. You worked, I worked.
Yep.
Most of America worked. These guys just stood up and said, a year ago, I was scared, and I thought I was going to get in trouble, and I stayed in my office, and I pushed a file cabinet in front of a door for no reason. Nobody did anything yesterday.
Wow.
And they're always telling us that our democracy is at risk and we need to act now. We need to change voting rights and give them all to the federal government. It's just such hypocrisy.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, so is that enough of that? Is that enough of January 6th?
Yes,
Okay,
that's
good.
enough.
Good, all
Yeah.
right, because I kind of want to move on from that as well. It's January 7th. It's the day after. So let's talk about some other things that are going. So what are some of the things that are tickling your fancy, as it were?
I want to know what you think about the Connecticut Girls High School that apologized because they beat another Connecticut Girls High School 92-4 in a basketball game, and they've now publicly apologized and they suspended the coach.
What? No, I didn't even know about the story. All right.
Now, this is such wokeism on display. And I will tell you, as a young child, I played basketball in junior high for Our Lady of Perpetual Help, and we were beaten like rented mules regularly. We were the worst team in the league.
Is that right?
And we never quit, and we never asked for an apology. But this team now has to publicly apologize. The coach has been suspended because their girls played better than the other girls. And it was all, I checked, it was all girls. It wasn't like a bunch of guys who were pretending to be girls.
Okay.
And I think it's just wrong. It's just wrong for us to downplay the benefits of being competitive and teaching kids that losing is part of life as well.
Yeah, my first reaction would be, is there any rules? Do they have any kind of rules that say what's it? Was like the
no? Don't
mercy
get me started. Don't get me started on the mercy rules, the slaughter rules.
I agree with you. I agree. To me, that's ridiculous. I know.
That's gateway drug to this kind of behavior.
I know.
But it was 26-0 at the first quarter, 56-0 at halftime. It was 80-0 at the third quarter. Oh. So that means the fourth quarter, they only scored 12 and the opposition scored 4. So they were catching up. Maybe the other team was tired. Maybe the people who scored none. So anyway, I just think that's out there, and I think people are talking about that. And I want to know the story behind the FBI and the treasure hunters who believe they found the Confederate Army's gold stash. Did you see this story?
No.
For years, we've heard stories about the Confederate military. The Confederate leaders had gold bars, and they hid them. And there was a gold train, and people have been looking for this forever. Well, these treasure hunters found what they believed was a storage area, like in the side of a mountain in Pennsylvania, where this gold was reported to be. And they had found, through using some of their technology, this what appears to be a stash of metal. And they assumed it was the 50-plus gold bars, worth about $56 million, by the way.
Wow. All right.
So they called the FBI and said, hey, could you have other information you could verify what's in this mountain before we start asking if we can dig in there?
Uh-oh.
And the FBI reportedly said, sure. Sure, let's go. You take us there. And they take him there and go, all right, you guys wait back here. We'll be right back. And they came back and said, no, we didn't find anything. Just we dug a little bit. Don't worry about it.
I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, these guys are suing for freedom of information to find out about the dig because the FBI did dig there in 2018. And the belief is that they found exactly what these guys thought. So I want to know.
So how do we find out? We have to wait for this FOIA request to go through in order for it.
There's a FOIA request. So this is a good one. This is one to watch. This would be a great TV show. I would hope Nat Geo would air it, but they've become so woke, I don't think they're going to do that.
And speaking of great TV shows, I didn't get a chance before the holidays to talk to you about this story that I brought up, and I want to say it was the week before Christmas. No, New Year's. And it was the story about, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm going to get some of the numbers wrong, but I guess NASA invited like 30-something theologians to the Capitol to ask them, hey, let's say aliens are real. Well, how do you think people would react? I'm just saying, what if we told, let's say there was an announcement that said that aliens actually exist. How would people react? Can you give us your thoughts? Like, that actually happened. Should we be worried about something? Because why would NASA, why would they do that?
This is like a high school thing, right? Where you tell your friend, hey, go ask Tina what she thinks of me. Well, hey, what do you think of Drew, Tina? Do you think Drew's kind of cool? Is he cute? Would you consider? I mean, if Drew liked you, would you like him? That's exactly what they're doing. They're testing the waters. They're floating. This is a trial balloon.
Trial balloon for what, Mike Opelka? What are they ballooning?
We finally get the release of whatever data we actually have.
No,
visits.
No, there's no no. Yeah, actually, maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
Right. We don't know, do we?
Yeah. Hey, and by the way, speaking of high school, just to let you know that the girls in high school used to call me Face. You remember this story I told you? The girls in high school used to call me Face, and everybody, my nickname in high school was Face because all the girls used to say he's got a cute face, but I don't want to date him. So that was
Wow.
It was my
Face.
Yeah.
King of the friend zone. That's who you are.
That was me, king of the friends. That's and I'm not saying that it left a little bit of a scar, but things happen. Anyway.
No, how many decades has it been? And you're still bringing it up. Good for you. God bless.
I guess that's there is that. Hey, by the way, I also brought up this morning to the great audience here at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road here in Naples, that for my birthday on Wednesday that you missed, did I say that out loud? For a birthday present this year, I got a family gift, and it was a record player, vinyl. And so it's very exciting. My son is very excited about it. At age 13, very excited to have the vinyl and everything, and that's what we're going to do. And so I've only had it for a day and a half. And the problem is that the records have not come. And so the only vinyl that I have in the house is Benny Goodman's Swing album from Random House and Arthur Fiedler's Boston Pops.
Well, Boston Pops record is only 6 months out of date. You'll be able to play it again in July, which is fine when you light the fireworks. I'm going to go through the vault because I have a ton of vinyl that's just sitting there.
Ooh.
And I'm sure I have some things that you would like. I have a David Lee Roth Eat 'em and Smile record that he recorded all in Spanish. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, no, there's a reason why I haven't seen it. Okay, go ahead.
And I have some old vinyl I should send you.
Okay.
I should send you some
you
absolutely priceless vinyl.
Yeah, I got to work on that one. All right,
That's great.
Let's look at some other things. What else is tickling your Friday fancy?
Well, I heard you talking about the Ted Cruz thing. Did you come down on that either way? I bet he regrets he showed up on Tucker Carlson.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's that. But I'm giving everybody credit all around. I give Ted Cruz credit for going on the program, knowing full well what he was in for. I give him credit for trying to explain, but unfortunately, I don't know that everybody is buying it because these are things that you should know better than to say to begin with, especially if you're Ted Cruz and precision matters, and it always has when it comes to some of the things that he has talked about in the past. And so that's but give Tucker Carlson credit for going after him as well and saying, I don't believe you. I got no problem with that. I'm okay. So I give him a little bit of credit for at least going on the program. What about you?
Yeah, I think Ted Cruz is smart to get in there and rip the Band-Aid off right now.
Yeah.
Let's get it over and done with. And my buddy Rich said, I bet Ted Cruz wishes he went to Cancun instead of Tucker's show. That's a good line.
Yeah, well, there's the Cancun part.
That's very good. So I thought that was interesting. I'm also watching two court cases, court situations. Number one is the Ghislaine Maxwell verdict, which may be overturned in a new trial order because of the behavior of one of the jurors who didn't reveal certain background information during voir dire, and now it's going to be appealed, and there may be more than one juror whose behavior is in question. So this is going to be an interesting thing to watch.
And before
you
move on to the next one, I just wanted to mention something about this as well. I can't tell you how many people have sent me tweets or even emails from people. I've had maybe 4 or 5 that all say the same thing. How can it's weird that Ghislaine Maxwell is found guilty of something that nobody has yet to specifically identify against an individual. Does that make sense? In other words, it's almost she got convicted of a crime that supposedly nobody has been able to pinpoint and say that here's an example of proof that it actually happened to an individual, because nobody wants to admit or show who the individuals were that were on planes or on islands or anything like that. So how do you know what I mean? I mean, it's this kind of vague, weird description of, hey, where's the crime? Of course it was a crime, but nobody wants to admit to the crime that was committed to the people that to not only the people that are being are saying that or accusing her, Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein, of what they did, but even the individuals that were involved with that as well. It's just this weird dynamic.
Well, when we watch the cop shows that are the entrapment, when they set a fake hooker up on a street corner and then the cops swoop in and they grab the John, they usually go after the John, and in this case, we have the pimp, who is Ghislaine Maxwell, and none of the Johns alleged to be involved in this have been brought to justice.
Right.
None of them. Not a one of them.
Right.
And so that's the striking thing to me, and you have to wonder if it's money, power, influence that is holding all of this from coming forth.
Right.
And is she going to be able to deal the knowledge she has of who was on the plane, on the island, who consorted with those underage girls, and are we going to find that out? Now, Prince Andrew's lawyers are being asked to prove that he can't sweat, because remember, he claimed that is the most ridiculous thing. But he also put a caveat in there saying, I was unable to sweat at the time. So he can now maybe say he can sweat again.
Oh,
Isn't that a breakthrough? So that one, that's going to be a fun one to watch. But today, the Supreme Court is hearing arguments about the vaccine mandates.
Right, that's a big one.
And I think because of the ideological makeup of the court, technically we're 6-3 conservative to liberal, probably 5-4 if you want to get down to it.
Yeah.
If they follow the Constitution as they are supposed to, all these mandates should be crushed. They should be shredded, hopefully.
Yeah, we will see. All right, everybody, we got to go. Mike Opelka, give her a nice round of applause and a roar. You can't hear the roar of the crowd because the microphone's far away, but they did it. I'm telling you, trust me.
Thank you. I believe it. And belated happy birthday to you. I'll send you some birthday vinyl.
That would be nice. Yeah. It's a good time to do it now, because if you did it in the summer, it would be it would sound a little different.
Yeah. Frisbees.
That's right.
They'll look like the aliens that you're going to see from the release of the data.
That's
all right, I'm out of here.
All right, we'll see you later. Michael Belka, everybody. All right, we thank you so much for joining us today at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News right all along. Let's find out how the remainder of the forecast is shaping up with Wink News meteorologist Casey Sherman. We'll see you on Monday.
Look for a few showers set to continue as we head throughout the remainder of this morning. Things will be drying up, though, as we head into this afternoon as a weak front passes through the area.